Alrighty, welcome everyone. Today is going to be a day about one thing and one thing only. And that thing, crafting with ROG. ROG has really never been in a better spot in terms of the economy, since you can get insane value by crafting some bases and then recombinating them together. A perfect example is this Supreme Spike Shield. In the past, it probably wouldn't have had that much value. But now, there's a really good chance I'm going to be able to make it into something amazing. I forget how many logbooks I did to get all this stuff. A bunch. Let's just go with a bunch. And so today's video is going to be all about, well, I guess live stream, not video. I'm used to talking about things in terms of videos. Today's live stream is going to be all about what happens when you actually use all this stuff and how much you make with it. Well, I suppose the how much you make is going to come later. So what am I going to start buying and start targeting? Well, this shield to start with. It can roll tier 1 spell suppression. That's all I need to know. Now, my general rule is going to be, when in doubt, upgrade rather than skip, since I can't skip 2 times in a row. And it also makes things a little bit more expensive. And I'm not really worried about running out of artifacts anytime soon. Sure, conserving them is better, but if I'm going to skip something, I'd rather skip, say, removing all affixes. In this case, I don't really value the prefixes, so I'm fine removing them. But I wouldn't have wanted to remove all the suffixes. And so add a prefix, it's kind of junk. Upgrade level, sure. Reroll suffixes, this is what I wanted, because I want to hit something good. Ooh. Omni's still pretty popular. A lot of Omni builds use shields. So we've got some potential here. It's not great, but it's potential.
A few small runes.
Reroll.
Interesting happens.
Add a prefix, upgrade, and take. Didn't hit anything too good.
To a piece of equipment.
Maybe someone would want to recombinate that onto spell suppression. Maybe not. So this goes over in the, it's probably not worth anything, but it is a good high item level base. And that's the thing. Some of these bases are worth money just as an item, so it's worth holding on to. Next up, rings. Rings are often very good, and they're often pretty consistent. This already has life on it, so prefix-wise, we're winning. It's not very good, but we could always upgrade it later. Remove the suffixes, sure. Add a suffix. Reroll the suffixes. Do I want to add a prefix here? If I add a prefix, that's going to make it harder to craft if I get 3 good suffixes. I don't think I'm going to, though, so sure. Added mana. Do I want to re-roll them? It doesn't have anything going on, so sure. That just made it worse. 50 int, that's good. Influence type, that's good. So now it's an item level 85 Elder Ring. Remove all prefixes, I don't want to do that. Add a suffix modifier, yes. Int recoup. Not great, to be honest. Not terrible, though. At least it's a base. Is there anything else here that I want? Hey, how's it going? One thing to mention, these are not expensive. These are like 1 chaos each. So aggressively re-rolling, always worth it. Reroll prefixes, sure. Reroll suffixes, yes. Remove a suffix, yes. Yeah. The only reason I didn't dump this one is because it got the Elder influence, and if that had hit something like crit multi, I could have used it as merger fuel. But it was looking pretty bad. I don't know, though. This is the crazy thing about recombinators. I could do prefix to suffix with beasts on this item, and if it hits a good suffix... Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's tier 2 recoup. Forget anything I said. It's garbage. I thought that was tier 1 recoup the whole time. Hey, welcome. I'm only live once a week, so that's probably why you haven't seen me live too often. Yeah, never mind everything I said on that. All right, reroll suffixes. I've got cold damage dex, which isn't bad, but it's also not good. Cast speed in. I don't think that got better. Accuracy. We're not getting better here. If this prefix is interesting, cool. Otherwise, yeah, no. This is garbage. This is where you just dump it because it's not getting better. Bye-bye.
I've always got more.
85. Imbued Wand. Okay, so attack wanders and spellslinger builds will want Imbued Wand, so they're something to keep an eye on. Terror Maul, I'm pretty sure, is a low base. I know Flesh Ripper's good. I forget aside of Flesh Ripper what the good melee bases are. Rings are almost always a good option. Item level 86 is important for boots and chest. So these 85s, or 84 and 85s, not too impressive. Let's start with a ring. It's got Dex, Mana, Fizz to attacks, Fire Res. Most likely an ES build will use this. Sure, I'll do that. Add a suffix modifier, yes. Tier 1 int, that's really good. Add a prefix. I'm always torn about adding prefixes on rings because it can be really valuable to have an open prefix. But if you're trying to mass spam something that's probably garbage, it's usually better to have 3 prefixes or 3 suffixes because that increases the value for recombinators. In the past, I probably would have skipped. Now I'm going to upgrade. Reroll suffixes. Tier 1 int is good. Nothing else about this is good yet, so sure. And I don't think it's quite good enough for an RF build, so I'm going to keep rerolling it. Mana regen, life regen, rarity. Nah, that's not it. That's still not it. Dex, cold damage, lightning res, getting better. I don't think it's quite good enough to merge, but that's real close. If that Dex had been tier 1, this would be something where the prefixes are junk. You don't care about those. You just take another ring and you merge them together with recombinators, and you hope you keep as many of the suffixes as possible and inherit good prefixes. Or a better base.
This helps.
But this is over in the probably not worth anything we'll put in a dump tab later. So I can either roll this for Spellslinger builds, which means plus gems, or for attack wanders. So tier 3 lightning damage. All right. That's good. We've got...
Something quite
of course, we upgrade the mana. We ideally want to get rid of that mana. Fire dispels. That's not good. We forge a number of sockets. Sure. Add a suffix modifier. Sure. This is not looking good. I'm going to give it a couple more crafts. Okay. Reroll prefixes. Fire damage, fizz damage. Damn it. No. If that had been fire damage, Ellie damage, that would be a candidate for annul the mana. Craft something. It's garbage. Complete garbage. If it was tier 1, maybe you keep it as recombinator fuel. I don't think it's worth it without a tier 1, though. So I'm just going to... I'm curious. I'm just going to put it in a dump tab. You never know. It might sell. Probably won't. But it's better than deleting the item. So those all go in dump tabs because I'm pretty sure they're failures. And the shield goes in the... We'll deal with it later. It's interesting. I don't think there's anything else that really piques my interest here.
You want the premium, dude.
Ring, sure. We've got a good resist and life regen and ES. This is a pretty solid base for Righteous Fire. I don't want to remove this. Righteous Fire is very popular. I'd rather not remove the ES. Yes, good. Add a suffix modifier. Good. Do not add a prefix. Do not reroll suffixes. I don't think this is worth a ton, but if you craft some life on it, that's an amazingly decent budget starter item for Righteous Fire. Righteous Fire wants fire res. You're kind of burning yourself. You want life. Well, life regen. You can craft life. It's got ES. It's got Dex. The mana's kind of garbage, but you can't win them all. See, jewels are kind of an always roll for me. And what you want to do is just reroll prefixes until you get something that works together. Or reroll affixes. So life, that's good. Reroll damage, strength, dex. This is a good start. I could keep this, or I could reroll it again. I am going to keep it because it's incredibly generic. Add a prefix modifier. Chance to block. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that and vol it. This is item level 85. This is item level 84. This is a jeweled foil, which is a very good foil base. Let's see how the foil base goes. Remove 2 modifiers. It removes low tier cold, and it removes a suffix. Sure. Add a prefix modifier. Fizz damage. All right. Fill empty. Sure. We hit Ellie damage, and we can remove the fizz. Good. Add a prefix modifier. Yes. We hit Ellie. This is a tri-Ellie foil now. Reroll modifiers, sure. Upgrade, yes. Reroll modifiers, sure. Upgrade, yes. This is why sometimes you go for the big gambas. This item isn't amazing, and Ellie foils aren't super meta, but I definitely added value because I kept going. And how's it going, Snow? If you wanted to use it, you'd have to fix the suffixes, but Reforge keeping prefixes, pretty easy to do. Let's see, this is an 86 chest. Armor base, but it's still 86. That's 83, which is unfortunate. What else? Anything else interesting here? Fiend Dagger. Sure, let's see what a Fiend Dagger... Yes, it's a Rune Dagger.
Allow me to take
reroll suffixes. Intelligence? Alright. I'm pretty good. Having fun with Rog. Stop rerolling attack stuff. Well...
Shall we go for gold?
Nice. That's gonna be so funny to see people's reactions.
Dannig says I've got to upsell.
Why is this rolling only attack mods? Please stop, Rog. Alright, come on, +1 spell gems.
A few small runes in the right place.
Nope.
Do wonders here.
Alright, well that's complete garbage. Goodbye. This goes over here. This goes in the I'm not going to actively delete it category. Everything that I'm deleting is just because I'm lazy. You know, this is tier 1. Let's see what we get. Or it can roll tier 1. Upgrade, upgrade, set quality, reforge, upgrade, reforge links, sure. Do I reroll suffixes? It's tier 1 fire res, tier 1 life regen. I am actually tempted to say no and just take it and see if any RF builds want to merge that with something else. I don't know if they do, but if you're trying to put spell suppression on a base for Righteous Fire, that doesn't seem like a terrible idea. Let's see, that's an 86. This is an 85, unfortunately. 85, 86. Oh, 86. So all I want to do is get 35 move speed. That is not 35 move speed, but it's potentially usable. Remove all... Sure. Let's not reroll suffixes, but let's add a suffix. These suffixes are good. Upgrade level. Sure. This is not bad as Recombinator fuel. It did not roll what I wanted, though. I wanted a prefix. All I wanted in life was a prefix, and the game just did not give it to me. Right. Reroll suffixes. Yes. None of those are good. I don't want to remove a prefix. I will reroll the prefix, though. Add a prefix. Fill empty modifiers. Reroll suffixes. Crit chance for spells, global crit multi. I will not remove them. Set quality, and it's garbage.
No need to wrap that up for you, I assume.
All right, here we go. Crit multi, area damage, damage of two-handed weapons, damage of swords. Wait. I'm just going to buy that as is. People play two-handed sword cyclone. I'm just going to buy that as is. Someone will buy that. There's no point in risking free money. It's an evasion base, but it's evasion ES, so let's just reroll. Siege Axe. Siege Axe can be a very good axe base. I don't know how many people play one-handed axes, but you've got to try. Let's see, Soccer Gems Wed. That's not good. Fire damage. Add a suffix modifier. Reroll. Wed Fizz Hybrid. If we upgraded those. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a long time. How have you been doing? Alright, it failed. Goodbye. Royal Skeen is a Rune Dagger. Rune Daggers have been betraying me, so maybe I won't roll that one. Destroyer Regalia. Oh yeah, we can roll this. See, Chaos.multi. I don't really want to reroll that yet. Add a suffix, yes. Alright, reroll prefixes. Attack speed while dual wielding. Attack speed with claws. Skip. I think I just take this and vol it. It could get better, but it also could get way worse. It already has Chaos.multi. Hey, welcome. And I just clicked off Rod. Very unprofessional, Rod. Sometimes it can be worth it now to even roll belts like this. Remove all prefixes, sure. Fill empty modifiers, sure.
Shall I
Remove,
recently
yes.
received
Add a
small
prefix.
etched rune.
Upgrade.
I recently received
Add a
fuel
prefix.
investor, I can tell.
Incubator,
Allow
sure.
me to take my runed hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right?
Oh, that's a nice item. Yeah. He put influence on, gave you amazing prefixes and decent suffixes. So I have a ton of expedition artifacts because I did a bunch of logbooks. I probably did 30 or so, 30, 40. Let's say 20 to 40 because I honestly can't remember. So do I reroll the suffixes? Yes.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this
Chaos
thing's
Res is
tail
good.
end.
Everything else is junk.
Can't get
Let's
any
try
worse,
again.
right?
Flask life recovery rate doesn't really help. Strength fire res. I don't know. Might sell, might not.
Allow me to take
The
my
big
rune.
money
I recently
is
received
if
a
you can
full
get
shipment
flask
of rare
modifiers.
grey carefully applied rune of I recently received a small etched
Okay,
rune,
that's
a few
helpful.
small runes in the right
Modifier
feeling that
values.
if I hammer
Reroll.
on ever
Sure, I'll
put a
reroll
drop of
prefixes.
black chimera
Eh.
in a few small runes in the right places,
Okay,
there you
that's
go.
garbage. And this shield could very well be good.
I've a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front end,
Reroll prefixes,
I recently
sure.
received a full
That upgraded
shipment
it.
of rare
I mean, are we
golden
talking shield
chimera.
crush
It's your
now?
lucky day, Exile.
Remove all suffixes. I'd really rather not.
Feeling that if I hammer on-
Reroll
I recently
prefixes again.
received a full shipment of rare
All right, we
golden
got
chimera.
armor, hybrid armor. Add a prefix
small
modifier. We
extra
got
rune
life.
could have a few
Upgrade.
small runes
Yes.
in the right places, could do
Reroll
well.
modifier
Great
values.
feasting, a
Sure.
few small runes in the right places could do wonders here.
At the very least, this is something very good to recombinate on another base, but I could see someone using it as is. It's got life, max cold, and chance to avoid.
Good deal.
It's the Aegis we have at home.
You want the premium deals, I see.
Ooh, fire damage life. RF wants to know your location.
Dannig says I've got
Suffix quality to
upsell
20,
for the
sure.
drop of
Add a suffix
black.
modifier, sure.
Quite messy. Shall I engrave
No,
a
don't
small
do
etched-
that.
I recently received
Add a
full
prefix
shipment
modifier,
of
sure.
investor.
Well, that's
I
garbage,
can
but
tell.
that's fine.
A small etched rune-
Upgrade.
A few small runes in the right places could do wonders here. A small etched
Upgrade.
rune could have a beneficial effect here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's got good prefixes, and you could easily transfer those to a different base. This is 84. This is... I don't think 84... Oh, I should only be doing 86 belts, because tier 1 wet is 86. Right. So note to self, only do 86 belts unless they already have decent starting mods. Oh, these gloves, though. The goal here,
Quite messy.
tier 1 spell
Shall I
suppression.
engrave multiple
I
runes
don't really
by
want to
them
do that.
till I like you,
Okay.
Exile?
Fill all empty slots,
Quite
yes.
messy.
Now I will
engrave
remove
a
2 mods.
small
Upgrade.
few small
Reroll.
something.
Add a
I've
prefix.
feeling that if I
Reroll
had a few
prefixes.
small runes in the right
Aw,
places,
I didn't
could
even
do
get the option to
there you
interact with
go.
suffixes. Oh well, it's still a base. Hey, grats on finishing your atlas.
You want the premium deal.
That's 85, but look at this base. Look at how good it is already.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
No, don't remove
Feeling that
prefixes.
if I hammer on this thing's
So this
front
is why
end,
saying no
I can
immediately
knock
can be a
some of its
problem.
enchantments about
Now I have to
it.
re-roll these prefixes. God damn it.
I've a
I'm gonna
feeling
do
that
it.
Allow me to take my rune
I just want to
hammer
upgrade
this thing's
suffixes.
tail end.
Or do I...
Can't get
You know
any
what?
worse, right?
Let's gamble for
I
spell
like you,
suppression.
Exile.
We've
That's why
already
I'm gonna
ruined it.
offer you up. Let's try to add more stuff. Got a crate of feasting.
Okay,
horror man. We both
This is
think.
garbage. Goodbye item. This is the good base.
I've a feeling that if I hammer on
Reroll,
the
we've got
entire
life
black
evasion,
chimera,
sure.
I
Add a suffix
recently
modifier,
received full
add a
allow me
prefix
to take
modifier.
my rune. I've a
Reroll,
feeling that
all
if
I want to see
hammer
here
on
is
this
spell
thing's front
suppression.
end, I could
Sure, I'll
diffuse
reroll
some
those.
runes in the right places. Could a small
Upgrade,
got a crate of
sure,
feasting, horror man. Good deal.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth anything. You never know, though. It's 85, 85, 86, 85. S-Stock is not that good. Steel Kite Shield is not that good. Let's go with this. Remove all suffixes, no. Add a suffix, yes. Stop trying to remove them. Reroll, sure.
Allow me to take my rune
Oh, that's really
hammer to
good.
this thing's tail end.
Now I just need to hit suppress.
recently received a full
I did not hit
shipment of
suppress.
rare golden chimeral, a carefully applied
I was going to say, now I need to hit remove lowest modifier. Do I gamble on this? Yes, hit suppress.
Today.
Damn
Could
it.
turn out very well for you.
That would have been a really solid helmet if it had been in tier 1 res, life, hybrid life, suppress. Oh well.
Don't eat the mushroom.
All right, my inventory is getting a little full. So what are my, I'm definitely keeping. These are all in the definitely keeping, either for the base or the items mods. And then these, oh, right, I still have that tab public. This is bricked. That is good as is. And that is bricked. Good. All right, this is, I don't think anyone's going to buy this, but I'll keep it. I'll put it in the, it's just a big old pile of junk that I'll sort later.
Here for a deal?
I can always delete or vendor the items later. I can't, you know, keep them around if I get rid of them too early.
A bit more stock.
All right, what have we got? 85, unfortunate. 84, unfortunate. Correct. Enchants are on the base, and they will transfer if the base is picked. Okay, I said that in the worst possible way. They will stay on the base. So if you have, let's just say an anointed amulet, and let's pretend I was recombinating an onyx amulet with other things. As long as it picked the onyx base with the anointment, the final result will always be anointed. If it picks the other base, it will not be anointed. Yeah, I almost think if you paid something like 15C per essence, you'd still profit. Or per essence craft on the map device. Add a suffix modifier. Yep. Which means you can take mods from corrupted or mirrored items and put them on other things right now. It's really broken. That's something that recombinators probably shouldn't do. But they do, so abuse it. All right, two-handed melee and fizz damage. That's good. Fizz dot multi stun duration. I mean, fizz damage, fizz dot multi is good. Any thoughts on singular focus? I think singular focus is a huge noob trap unless you are magic finding and running low tier maps. If you're magic finding and running low tier maps that aren't worth a ton of currency anyway, then it's worth it, but otherwise don't use it. This is not a very kind jewel. Crit strike multi, attack speed of axes, global crit chance, they're all okay. I'll probably just vol it later. A ring. Ring's got strength, dex, accuracy, lightning damage. I mean, if these were all tier 1, Omni would love it.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
Sure, I'll remove a prefix. I'll add a prefix. I'll add a prefix. I will not add a prefix. I'll add a random influence type. There we go. Reroll prefixes. It stayed kind of garbage, but it's okay. It's okay. 86, 84, 84, but it has suppression on it. So I'm going to roll this anyway. Add a prefix modifier, sure. Reroll prefixes, sure. I'm going to skip that. Upgrade, yes. Reroll modifier values, sure. 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 Don't want to add a prefix. This is pretty good as is. Someone will, at the very worst, recombinate this. I'm going to save out a lot today, by the way. At the worst, someone's going to recombinate this, because recombinators are great. As I remember, a Volax is a decent base. So sure, it's already got a fizz roll, not that that means much, but I really like the suffixes right now. Add a prefix modifier, kind of garbage. Fill empty modifiers. It is getting worse. Physical damage? It's okay. Physical damage? I don't want to reroll the suffixes. What, those are the two modifiers with the lowest levels? Oh, God. I mean, I guess I just take it. I don't think it's worth very much, sadly. But oh well. All right, remove a single modifier of the lowest level. Sure. Add a suffix. Yes. Reroll. Suppress. Can't get any worse, right? Suppress life regen int. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to reroll again.
Take my runed hammer to this thing's tail end.
Not quite good enough. Better. Much better. Add a prefix. No, do not remove all suffixes. Do not reroll suffixes.
There you go. You want the premium deals, I see.
Quiver. Let's go quiver.
Lucky day, Exile.
I'd rather not remove all suffixes, because then it's just going to tell me, do you want to add a suffix constantly? Sure, I'll do that. I'll re-roll. Crit chance, project speed,
A small etched rune.
Okay, those prefixes are good.
A few small runes.
Reroll modifier values, sure.
Wonders here.
Reroll. Okay.
We both win.
We'll just vol that later. There's a lot of items that aren't good enough that you can just vol, and they'll be good enough.
Allow me to take my
So
rune
Global
hammer
Fizz,
to this
attack,
thing's
crit,
tail end.
while dual wielding.
Worse, right?
Not very good. Reroll
Got a
prefixes.
feeling that if I
Life,
hammer on
attack
this
speed while
thing's
holding a
front
shield.
end,
Very
I
good,
could knock
because a
some of its
lot of builds hold
enchantments
shields.
out of it.
Reroll suffixes.
Feeling that if I hammer
Melee
on this
damage,
thing's
cold dot
front
multi.
end, I could
See,
knock some of
attack
its
speed while holding a
enchantments
shield,
out of it.
cold dot multi, life, good. Attack speed while holding a shield, melee damage, max life, good. All four together, not good. You could just take this and vol it.
Of a
You
feeling
could
that if
also
I
be
hammer
greedy.
on this thing's front end, I could knock some of its enchantments
I
out.
do not
Allow
know.
me to take my rune
Cold
hammer
res,
to this
Ellie
thing's
res.
tail end.
Okay,
Can't get any worse, right?
I'm going to see if it gives me a free
A
divine.
few small runes
It
in the right
does.
places could do
Thank you.
wonders here.
That's suffixes. Come on.
A few small runes in the right
Single
places. Of a feeling that
it's
if I
not.
hammer on
I
this
wanted it
thing's
to divine
front
with
end,
prefixes
no
there.
need to wrap that up
Greed
for
is
you.
good. Look at that thing. Someone will buy that now. That's 45% res, attack speed, and life. It's incredibly generic. And the more generic your item, the more people are interested in it. Usually means the price is a little lower, but I would rather sell something at a little less that someone's going to buy immediately than have a 1 in a million item that one person in Path of Exile will buy, maybe eventually, by a week before 319.
Shall we go for
All right, so let's do this, and let's just reroll until we hopefully get something good. That is potentially something good. Now reroll the suffixes. Okay. Damn it, I was really hoping it would take off the tier 4 recoup here.
Of a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's
I'm just going to keep this as is.
no need to
That's
wrap that up for
probably
you,
not good. But again, Recombinator Fuel, we've got 3 good mods, and you can just smash it into another failed ring that had 3 good mods. I mean, hell, you could smash it into this, and if you transfer the spell damage, life, strength, combine it with a fire res, cold res, it becomes pretty good. A lot of these will get vendored later. A lot of this is just, maybe. Oh, this already has suppress on it. Suppress will often sell, so this is why I do this. Add a prefix modifier, do not reroll suffixes. Add a prefix modifier, do not reroll suffixes. Upgrade, sure. That might sell just for the suppress. I think suppress bases like that are still 5-6C each minimum. Ooh, 86 5% suppress shield.
Of a feeling that if I
This can be
hammer on
good.
thing's
This can be
front end,
really good.
Something quite interesting.
Add a prefix.
Small etched rune could have a
Upgrade,
benefit. Allow me
upgrade.
to take
Reroll
my
suffixes.
few
Hit.
small runes
No,
in
you
the
didn't
right
hit
places
suppress.
could do.
You hit
Small
attributes,
etched
though.
rune could have of a feeling that if I
Reroll
hammer on
prefixes?
this thing's front end, I could knock some of
Let's
its
reroll prefixes again.
enchantments out of it.
Oh, that's almost so good. It hit Dex Int, which is the right thing to target Omni. Spell block, which is really strong, but no suppress. Like 2 of those and suppress, real good. Judgment Staff. Huh. Judgment Staff is a good war staff base.
Allow me to take my runed hammer. I recently received a
Dot
full
multi.
shipment
Okay, dot
of
multi,
rare
not what I
golden
wanted.
chimeral
Add a
blood.
prefix
Let's
modifier.
try to add more sockets to this. You might end up
I
with
think
more
most of the
spots
time
for those
people-
ominous- a few
Oh, God.
small
Okay,
runes.
whatever.
We
That's-
both win.
That's a you just get out, the item is garbage and clearly not going to roll better. Scepter. Scepters are really good
Dannig,
because
got to- It's your lucky
Pox said to
day,
use it for
Exile.
RF, so a lot of people are using it for
It's
RF.
your lucky day, Exile. A small etched. Allow me to take my
Reroll
Yawning
suffixes,
Investor.
add a random
Allow me to take
incubator,
my ever
reroll
put
suffix-
drop of black
Anger
chimeral
aura effect,
blood on a
okay.
piece of equipment.
Hey, how's it
I
going?
like you, Exile. That's why I'm going to offer you a
Well,
premium
I think
deal.
the only thing of
Only
value
to
here is
my
the
favourite
aura
customers.
effect.
Just don't ask how I do it. A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Oh, nice. Glad you got sorted for
I
now.
recently received
As a note,
full
Krendor,
shipment
one
of
thing you
rare
can do,
golden chimeral.
you can take this. No, not this. You can take these Remnant of Corruption Essence Chance. I wouldn't say good builds use war staves, but yes, some people do.
Our deal remains an option. A small etched rune could have a carefully
remove this. I don't really want to move the life. Upgrade, yes. Reroll values, yes. Incubator, yes. Reroll suffixes. Here we go. Hit something amazing.
Can't get any worse,
It didn't. That's irredeemably bad. Opal wand. Opal wand's okay.
A carefully applied rune of nullification could do wonders.
I don't really want to remove early, so skip. Quality, sure. Prefix modifier, sure. Suffix, sure. Reroll. Strength, lightning, whatever. Yeah.
A small
exactly. Because people use a high space and you can merge into it. Sadly, I didn't hit that. I hit garbage. I mean, this has attribute catalyst, but again, completely failed, unfortunately. You know what? Instead of deleting random stuff, I'm gonna put all this stuff in here. Keep that as is. This one as is. This one is not quite good enough, though. So every time they brick, I just have a 100% chance to brick jewels while volleying them. At least today. Oh, this is a scepter too. Wait, what item level is it? Why do I have to close it to see? 84. I think that's fine.
It's your lucky day.
Remove all prefixes. Sure. I want to add prefix. Influence type. Sure.
Rune of nullification could do a small
enter.
Rune could have a beneficial effect here.
Upgrade the level of a modifier by 1 tier. Sure.
Dannig says
Quality.
Put a drop of
Suffix. Come on. Oh my god.
Your lucky day,
How to not get prefixes. Hey, how's it going, pirates? So when you say ROG has limitations on item bases, what do you mean? A lot of people are having fun with the league. I'm not super thrilled by it personally. It's okay. I really wish there was some more new stuff though. Congrats.
Allow me to take my
reroll suffixes, sure. Crit multi's good. I'd really like some better prefixes though. Alright, tier 2 fire dispels. Let's see if a suffix has hit any. No, it's dead. That's very dead. Ranger bow. Oh, it's 84. If it was 86, I would totally roll this. You know what? It has +1 arrow. Let's see if we can get plus gems on it. I do not want to reroll suffixes. Add a suffix modifier. Set quality. Add a prefix modifier.
Could have a beneficial effect here.
So ROG has an item level associated with a base, and then he just iterates on that base. ROG's restriction is based solely on your character level. If we upgrade the lightning damage, this is good recombinator fuel. Sadly, we upgraded the fire res, which is not good. Alright, I don't want to remove suffixes. I don't think these are good, so YOLO. You know, it didn't get that much worse, but I don't think anyone's using that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that if something was good, I don't know that this is worth it because the prefixes ended up garbage. If this had hit like T2 flat Ellie, I'd totally be merging it into something better.
Always got more.
Yeah, there's so many crazy things you can do with recombinators now. Absolute insanity. Hey, I heard you like attributes. Here's have some attributes. Reroll. Tier 1 wed. All right. Tier 1 int. Okay. Do I reroll this? I don't think I do.
You're an investor. A few small runes, and I recently received.
Add a prefix modifier. Damn it. That's so bad. I wanted pretty much anything else. But all right, I'm keeping that because that's really good recombinator fuel. That's super good because it's got mods that people want, and it's got lots of mods on it. And you want lots of mods for your recombinator fuel. Yeah, I think you should pretty much roll every item level 86 bow.
Exile.
I don't want to remove that. I want to promote that.
I recently received a full shipment of rare golden chimeral blood. Shall we go for gold, so to speak?
All right. We've got 2 Ellie rolls.
This thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right?
Bossing. I don't think bossing is in a good state right now. I think you can profit off of it, but the problem with bossing is if you're not doing the uber bosses, it's just really, really, really bad. And it's very time inefficient to do bossing. Dot multi, global crit multi, let's upgrade.
Small runes in the right places could do.
Yeah, if you're doing ubers, it's okay.
Beneficial effect here.
I'd say it's okay, but if you have a fast mapping strategy or you literally just sit here doing what I'm doing with Rog, you'll make way more money. Yeah, it's just okay. Not in a great state.
Allow me to take my
if you're doing ubers, not in a bad state.
Tail end. Can't get any worse, right? Of a feeling.
Yeah, that's a good point. You will have multiple stacks of exalts which you just delete in dry streaks.
Let's try to add more sockets to this. I've an entire vial of black
accuracy, fire res,
a small etched
and garbage.
Allow me to take my hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right? A carefully applied rune of
so I'm going to strongly disagree with you on disliking the person that makes Ashes and Omni almost never drop. That is exactly what these items needed. This is way too strong to be a common item. Yes, it is very good that Ashes and Omni are super rare because it means that Ashes and Omni themselves don't end up bad or nerfed.
You want the premium deals, I see.
No, the problem with bossing is it's inconsistent across all of the invitations right now. I do have a ROG guide. It's from last week, but it's still very much accurate. Do I want to remove suffixes? No. Add a suffix modifier? Reroll prefixes.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here.
So, Aerialist, Fettle, yeah, that's really good. There's almost a 0% chance it sells, which is unfortunate.
A small etched rune.
Upgrade. This is looking interesting. Why did it have to be tier 6? Okay, well, it's tier 6.
That up for you, I assume?
Ooh. Speaking of recombinator fuel,
to take my runed hammer to this thing's
tier 1 flask charges gained. Do not reroll. All right, whatever. This is just, forget it. It died very, very quickly. Yeah, the plus side, you can buy GG Megalomaniacs for cheap. The downside is no matter how many times I use them in my builds and say this is awesome, the price never goes up. Set quality, sure. Add a prefix modifier, sure. Add a suffix modifier. See, these are all good suffixes, but they're not spell suppression. Now we're talking. Upgrade? No. We got tier 2 suppress.
Don't drink the water.
I'm only really familiar with softcore trade, so whenever I say things about pricing and such, it's going to be softcore trade because that's what I play. And I'm going to be honest, it's impossible to keep track of stuff in PoE for things you don't play. At least economy-wise. Close enough. You know, I'm gonna keep a stack over here. All right, so this gets completely unchanged. That got better though. I don't know if it's worth using. It's going to go in my dump tab for later, but it didn't brick.
Hail.
The reason that I think it's a good thing that Ashes and Omni are incredibly rare is they are also incredibly powerful, and it's good to have goals. In the current economy, it might sound like 50x is unachievable. I promise you 50x is not unachievable. Start farming essences. You will be amazed at how much money you make and how quickly you make it. Ooh, reduced extra damage from crits. Like the number one underrated stat that I'm going to roll over because it's not spell suppression. And spell suppression is the big money. Upgrade, sure. What you would do, Per, is you would take a Heist Scepter and you would alt spam until you got one of those 2 mods. And then you would ideally regal it and craft on whatever else you want on the item, like spell damage. Then you would buy a different scepter with the other mod. Most likely you will hit +1 fizz gems on your Heist Scepter, craft on spell damage or Ellie damage. And then on your other weapon, you'd get +1 all spell, and ideally you could probably imprint regal it so that you get it right. You have spell damage as well, and then you merge them. And then you pray. Ideally, what should happen is you'll end up with something that's +1 spell, +1 fizz, and tier 1 spell damage. Or again, whatever other crafted mod is really good for you. Yeah, cluster bases, quite good. All right, reroll prefix values, reroll modifier values, upgrade, reroll suffixes. Come on, spell suppression. Never lucky. All right, that's garbage. Goodbye. Spinebow 86. Okay.
Dannig says I've got to allow me to take my
reroll suffixes. Crit chance is good. Dex is not bad. Add a suffix.
Rune of nullification could do wonders.
That is a lot of damage for a tier 5 mod. Do I want to remove it?
Let's try to add more sockets.
Okay, not punished.
Interesting happens when you
spell suppression is so desired because it essentially reads take 50% less damage from most bosses, and you could use it on any build.
You're an investor.
Incubator.
To take my runed hammer.
Well, this has been an epic fail for an 86 base.
Can't get any worse, right?
That was just an epic fail. Oh well. Yeah, no one's using that. I probably could have kept it and sold it as just a base.
Front end, I could knock some of its enchantments about. It's your lucky day.
Tier 1 fire to spells, that's a good start. Mana is a bad start.
I like you, Exile.
Fill all empty, sure.
Runes in the right place. This one's
not making it better.
I could try to repair it, but I'm no blacksmith. It's your lucky day, Exile. This one's a bit bad.
Yeah, very few bosses deal attack damage at all. Bosses are almost all spells, which means that spell suppression essentially reads take 50% less damage from bosses. Okay, we've got all lightning spell.
Of nullification could do wonders for this product. Ever put a drop of black.
Grog has given me a lot over 5C. Upgrade the level of modifiers. Add a prefix modifier. Fire damage, all right. Skip. Upgrade. Reroll suffixes. Those are not good suffixes.
This one's quite messy. Shall I engrave?
Although, here's the thing.
Use, I hope.
Elementalist. Fire damage, fire to spells. Yes, you can, you cannot go back if the base is deleted with Recombinator, no. You'd just be imprinting it to try to prevent the base from being ruined when you're at the regal phase. So it's definitely getting kept. Spell block or spell suppression, which is superior? That's not really how it works. Spell suppression is damage mitigation, and spell block is damage avoidance. So ideally, you want both of them. They function in different roles, and there isn't really a better. If your build needs mitigation, then you want spell suppression. On the other hand, if your build needs avoidance, let's say you already have really good mitigation, then you'd want spell block. Good method for farming them. Find a map, click the Essence on Kirax map device and kill the Essence monsters. It's incredibly simple.
Lucky day, Exile.
Remove all suffixes, sure. Add a prefix modifier. Fire damage, Suffix, sure. Reroll suffix. Add a suffix. Upgrade. Upgrade. Incubator. Sure. Might be worth merging. All right, global crit multi, max ES. Those are good starts.
If I hammer on this thing's front end, I could knock some of it something.
See, minion accuracy reduced curse effect.
Lucky day,
Not gonna remove. You know what? This is just, it's enough of a mess that I'm gonna just vol it. Yeah, it varies based on your build's core defenses.
Allow me to take my rune.
Reroll prefixes, yes. Add a prefix modifier, yes.
Lucky day,
Do not remove. Fine, I'll remove suffixes. Add a suffix modifier, reroll suffixes. Sure. And add a suffix modifier. Dot multi, proj speed, trap throwing speed. That's a mess. I'm going to guess, KM, that you have a hole in your defenses that is not showing up easily in POB. For example, how's your damage against, or how's your mitigation against Fizz? Because if you have really good Ellie mitigation, but really bad Fizz mitigation, or maybe really bad dot mitigation, you can get yourself killed very quickly and very easily without realizing it. I kind of wish that POB had not added front and center the EHP calc, because it is so misleading for so many people.
Allow me to take
my reroll prefixes, damage of swords, fire damage, I don't like that. Reroll suffixes, mana cost, damage with bleeding. Come on. Lightning damage, fire damage. You're not making it better, game.
Allow me to take my rune. It's your lucky
lightning damage. Okay, whatever. Go away. Yeah, EHP can very much mean you have high damage avoidance and low mitigation.
Some of its enchantments about a bit.
If you have well-rounded defenses, Essence monsters are a joke. Most people do not have well-rounded defenses.
Let's try to add more socket.
Add a prefix modifier, yes. This is going to be a bonk stick. It's a terrible bonk stick.
A few small runes in the right
okay, well, it's just bad. I should have checked the staves. 84... 86. Let's go. Cast speed, strength, cold damage. Sure, remove. Add a prefix. Add a prefix. These aren't good. Add a prefix. Okay, yeah, it's garbage. Decimation bow. Oh, it's 85 though. 90 RS, 61k armor, 4k life, 1.7k ES, Inquisitor. Yeah, see, your defenses, Philip, sound really solid, and I bet you don't die that often. You must be wearing an Aegis as well, Per, because POB breaks when you have Aegis. Your defenses just go through the roof. Yeah, that's... When I said well-rounded defenses, that's what I'm talking about.
It's your lucky day, Exile. I like you, Exile.
Fill empty modifier, reforge. +3 minion gems. Someone might merge that if it has other good stuff. Why would I care about the base when if I get good mods, I can recombinate them onto a better base or sell the item to someone else who's going to? All I care about is crafting potential here.
A small etched rune could have a
like even this, there's a chance that someone's going to put life and minion gems onto an elder base. So is this good? Not necessarily. Is it potentially sellable with the increased life regeneration? I would say absolutely yes.
Allow me to take my runed hammer.
Reroll prefixes.
Black chimeral.
Add a suffix.
That if I hammer on this thing's front end, I could knock
yeah,
some of its
like you hit tier 1 fire dot or fire percent, and you just win. Recombinators are insane. Strength melee damage, come on. Okay, curses attack speed, maybe. Yeah, you just basically gamble. Chaos dot damage with poison. Oh. Reroll prefixes, come on. Did you give me some good?
Can't get any worse, right?
I think you did. Damage with claws doesn't quite work. Oh, congrats on your 5x. Or 2x. I mean, 2x, 5x. Kind of the same thing when you're farming glaciers. Yeah, recombinators are fun. They are kind of random. Best mods for claws on recombination. What type of claw are you trying to make? Let's try to roll this amulet.
A small etched rune.
Upgrade, sure. Add a prefix modifier, sure. Reroll, sure. Reroll prefixes. Tier 1 life. So remember how I said that recombinators are kind of dumb and insane? This has decent value just because it has tier 1 life on it. So if you're doing a Trinity Claw build, what you want to do is use essences to get a essence tier roll on your claw, then merge it with a different essence tier roll. Hope that they both stay on the same item. Try to, from there, merge 2 claws with 2 essence rolls and 3 prefixes, and hope that you get all 3 on the same item. See, this is avoid max life. Sure.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing's
recombinators are busted as is. Letting them work on uniques sounds bad, like really bad. Like the game is already breaking. We don't need to break it more bad.
My runed hammer to this thing's tail end. Of a feeling that if I hammer on this thing, allow me to.
I'm really just greedily re-rolling for suppression here because that is the most valuable thing you can get on one of these bases. I didn't hit it. That's okay though.
A bit more stock.
Unset ring. Unset rings can be big money.
Of a feeling that
how do recombinators work with synthesized items? Essentially, you have a flat 50% chance to pick the synthesized base. If you don't, the synthesized base is gone. Gets completely destroyed. Reroll prefixes, yes. What I want here, plus 3 to level of socketed gems. All I care about is plus... All I care about, plus 3 gems. Reroll suffixes, strength in all that garbage. Dex, fire res, rip. Didn't hit anything good. Forget Ash's Omni. Combine Headhunter and Mage Blood. Imagine if it's a Mage Blood, which instead of res, says when you kill a rare monster, gain its modifiers for 20 seconds. This is another good base. People need their chaos res. Reroll suffixes. Dex and accuracy good. Life regen not as good. Tiers bad. Reroll prefixes. Remove a single modifier. Sure. Add a suffix modifier. Well, I just made that worse. Upgrade. Yeah, it's garbage. That's not even worth. Yeah, that was pretty much just Scourge. Ooh, Flax. Is that worth it? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what we can get with Flask effect. Flask duration.
I've an entire vial of
Add a suffix modifier. Flask charges gained. All right.
This one's a bit banged up. A few small runes and of a feeling that if I
no, don't reroll prefixes.
Good deal.
I don't know if that's worth it. I haven't looked into Flask mods as much as I should. I'm sure there's some broken Flask stuff you can do for combinators though.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here. I like you.
Sure, fill empty modifiers, upgrade. I want tier 1 move speed or tier 1 suppress. I don't want to remove all prefixes. Let's not.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing.
That did not work out.
Can't get any worse, right?
I haven't tried to recombine flasks, but I wouldn't see how you could. They don't. Yes, they can make mage blades at home. So when I said flask mods, I meant on a belt. Something like increased flask charges gained and flasks applied to you have 10 to 12% increased effect. If you can recombine flasks, that is a bug. Don't do it. it will be fixed.
Effect here. Of a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front end, I recently received a full of a feeling
Sure,
that if I
reroll
hammer
prefixes.
on this thing's front end,
That's not good. Still not good. Still not good.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing's
Very bad.
end. Can't get any worse.
Yeah, you can recombinate energy blade. Well, you could. And then brick your character. Jeweled foil. Does this have hybrid on it? No. Can we put hybrid on it? I'm good, Lodador. How are you?
Allow me to take my rune.
Reroll suffixes.
A small etched rune could have
Upgrade the level.
Effect here.
Upgrade the level.
Carefully applied rune.
Remove a bad mod. Do not reroll prefixes. Do you reroll suffixes?
Lucky day, Exile.
Do not remove all
Allow me
suffixes.
to take my runed.
Do you reroll them?
Well,
Well, I made it worse, but that's okay. How to brick the PoE database. Recombinate skill gems. That would just brick PoE entirely. Lightning damage, fire damage. Let's upgrade them. Upgrade the level of one modifier. So we want to see that 4 become a 3 or that 2 become a 1. Became a 3. Add a prefix modifier. Cold damage. All right.
Got a crate of feast.
Sure. 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 I think removing suffixes was correct there.
Don't drink the water.
I think that's a base that's worth recombinating. Because you just use Essence Cold there, and then make another spine bow, and then put the spine bows together. I don't think this ended up good. It's T5, T2. That's good. This is fire damage. Oh, right, but it's 2 different rolls. Never mind, this one failed too. I don't know why I was keeping that. That's good. This does have Chaos Resonant. I don't know. I think most of those are failures, but
let's deal.
Probably worth it. Ranger Bow, 86.
A small etched rune.
Upgrade the level of 2 modifiers. Sure. Reroll suffixes. Come on, plus gems. All I want to see, I mean, not plus gems, plus arrows. Reforge, Incubator, reroll. We got plus 1 arrow. I don't know that that's good, but I don't know. A lot of people are going to be eating plus 1 arrow stuff, and it can upgrade.
You want the premium deals, I
see. Imbued wand, yeah. Vol Regalia, but low item level. Fossilized Spirit Shield, not quite good enough, I don't think. Trade's really good. Crit strike. Well, I don't want to remove. Yes, reroll. Damage with one-handed, attack speed with one-handed. Sure. Mana cost. Maces or scepters. Damage with two-handed. Sure. Reroll. Damage with swords. Block while dual wielding. Okay, garbage.
A small etched rune. Something
now
lucky day,
look for good prefixes.
Could have a beneficial effect. Allow me to take my
reroll suffixes. Attack speed int cold damage.
Allow me to
reroll suffixes. Still not good. Add a prefix modifier. Nope.
We both win.
Time to do some meta crafting. This is 85, but that's okay. Add a suffix modifier. Reroll. Upgrade. Reroll. Reroll. Add a prefix modifier. Reroll. Garbage. Crit chance for spells is good, but also not a very valuable roll. 86 belt.
One of my local contacts.
Wear less uniques. Wear more rares.
He died. A small
upgrade the level, sure. Reroll. Add a prefix modifier. I don't want to reroll prefixes. Add a prefix. God damn it. Reroll suffixes. I don't think I improved that. It's okay though.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here.
I think it needs more implicits. Also, 189 out of 197? I don't know. I don't know. I think some sacred orbing could happen here. What's your plan for it? That's the question. Is it worth changing the Squire shield? Do you want to go to the hospital for wrist issues? If so, go ahead and chance it. If not, definitely don't. Yeah, I could see Int Stacker. Right. Upgrade, reroll, lightning damage, chance to ignite, add a suffix modifier. Ooh, T1 cast speed. That's good.
Some of its enchantments about a bit.
Fizz to spells, reroll prefixes. Sure, I'll remove those. Add a prefix modifier, cold to spells. No, I don't know.
And equipped.
The amount of rolls you would have to do to hit something like the Squire, absolutely staggering.
Allow me to take my rune. Oh, this one's quite messy. Shall I engrave multiple runes of nullification on it?
Oh, and that was only 4,000. Squire's probably more like 40,000 chances.
I've a feeling that if I have an entire
fire to spells, all right.
Blood in stock. I like
not good for RF.
That's why I'm a few small
yet.
Runes in the right places could do wonders. Oh, this one's
remove 2. Add a prefix. And
rare golden chimeral blood.
No, it's dead.
Go for gold, so to speak.
It is, once you factor in how long that would take, it is absurdly cheap to buy the Squire compared to doing all that. Chance orbs are a trap. I mean, okay, chance orbs are very good in SSF if you want a relatively common unique. If you want something that you just haven't gotten like Death Rush, then it's actually pretty good. 40,000 stacked decks, and you got Demon, 7 Years Bad Luck, Doctor, and Immortal. I mean, you spent 380 exalts, and that doesn't sound like 380 exalts to me. Assuming they were done this league. So I don't think that was worth it at all. Even most leagues, that's like 300x in stacked decks. It does not sound worth it. So the goal here is good prefixes or good suffixes.
I recently received a small etched rune. Could have a
that is not what good prefixes are. Come on, Rod. Oh, those are good suffixes, though.
A few small runes. A small etched rune could have a benefit.
Yeah, I don't think recombinators are saving this one. All right, goodbye. I'm being very gambly with this because I know how easy it is to get ROG artifacts. Remove sure, add a prefix modifier. Ideally, I want 35% move speed here. That's all I care about.
I recently received a few small runes in the right places.
Okay, garbage.
Put it to earnest use, I hope.
If your logic is you're opening them because they're 1 chaos and not worth selling, you shouldn't be opening them. You should be saving them because they will always go up in price later. All right, tier 1 life.
Allow me to take my rune.
It already has tier 1 decks, but can we have suppress plus decks? No? Let's not do that. Let's do that. Let's not do that. Okay, I have to do that now. And it's bad. Logbooks. 84. That's unfortunate.
Always got more. Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing's tail end.
It sounds like what you are dying to KM is chaos damage, because a 2.6k hit from chaos is dangerously low.
I recently received a full shipment of rare golden chimeral blood. Shall we go for gold, so to speak? Ever put a drop of black? Allow me to take my runed hammer.
Reroll. Attack speed's good. Crit chance,
Can't get any worse, right?
I've made a couple of good things so far. I wouldn't say anything super amazing, but definitely some nice things that were well worth it. Alright, so that goes over here. Yeah, sure.
Allow me to take my an entire vial of
Dex and cold res, good.
I recently received a
Lightning
full
res,
shipment of
alright.
rare
Add a
small
prefix
etched
modifier,
rune of a
upgrade
fiend.
level,
Allow
reroll
me to
prefixes.
take my runed hammer to this
Reroll
thing. A small
suffixes.
etched rune could have a
Upgrade,
feeling that if I
reroll.
hammer on this thing's front end,
Sadly, no
I could
suppression.
knock some of its enchantments about a bit.
Oh, it got move speed, though.
This one's
Right.
quite
Remove
Shall
2
I
modifiers of the
upgrade?
lowest,
I
yes.
recently received
Add a prefix
something
modifier,
quite
yeah,
interesting
good.
happens when you
I'm not going to add another
Exile.
prefix modifier.
That's
I
why
will
a
fill
small
empty
etched
slots, though.
rune could have- this one's
Upgrade.
quite messy.
Remove the
Shall I
lowest
engrave
2.
multiple runes?
Yes,
I recently
perfect.
received a full shipment of
Do I
rare
want to add a
golden
prefix
chimeral
modifier?
blood.
Yes, I
An
think I
entire
do.
vial of black chimeral blood.
I don't want to add a
few small
suffix.
runes
I want to
will
take.
put it to earnest
That's a really
use.
solid item. Yeah, if you get your max hit from chaos up, I think you'll feel a lot better.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right?
Welcome to
Something
Uber
quite
Bosses.
interesting. I recently received a
That's kind of the whole point of them. And it's kind of awesome. Oh, well, this item's amazing because it got beef.
Allow me to take a small etched rune.
And a lot of
with
attributes.
beneficial effect here.
Anything else I want to roll here? Probably not.
A bit more stock.
A ring,
small etched rune
upgrade,
could have an
upgrade.
entire vial of
Add a
black
suffix modifier.
chimeral
That's not
blood.
great.
A
Add a
small
suffix
etched
modifier.
rune.
Not really
A few
helping your
small-
case.
One of my local contacts. Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing.
Sure.
A few small runes in the right places.
And garbage.
Self-supplied and equipped.
Cast on crit. I've heard 50 to 100 exalts thrown around. So I would say 50 to 100 exalts if you're going to make that. And avoid Ice Spear because, well, Ice Spear cast on crit is garbage and dies to everything.
A carefully applied rune of nullification.
We're going to make an Ellie Chopper.
Drop of black chimeral
Add a
blood.
suffix
Lucky
modifier.
day, Exile. A small
Remove.
etched rune
Upgrade?
with a beneficial
Yes.
effect here.
Upgrade, yes. Stop upgrading the fizz. That's the one thing I don't want on the item.
Chimeral blood. Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing's
That
tail
seems like
end.
okay merge
Can't
fodder.
get any worse, right?
It's got tier 1, tier 2. It does depend on the goal, but I wouldn't really try to make a budget build for that. Reroll prefixes, fire damage, and lightning dispels. That's really good.
Go for gold. A small etched rune.
Wed, that's not good.
Of a feeling that if I
I'm not going to
hammer a
reroll
few small
prefixes.
runes in the right place, ever put a drop of urine invested.
Dot multi. Oh, it's the wrong one. It's the wrong one.
Interested?
If you're not running Determination, you should be running Determination. That is very much likely the reason that you have 370 deaths. This item makes me sad. If I was Fire Dot Multi, the money that it would print, even on the wrong base. I don't know why I did upgrade and take. Whatever. That's a good item. It's going to sell. I'm just sad about it.
Allow me to take my
reroll suffixes.
Lucky day, Exile.
Sure.
Something quite
Let's see what Rod
lucky
gives me.
day, Exile.
I don't want to remove that, actually.
Got to ever put a drop of black chimeral blood on a piece of equipment? Allow me to take my runed hammer to this.
I don't think it's worth splitting.
Any worse, right?
If anything, I think what you do is you just merge it and you ignore the suffixes. Because lightning dispels, while not good for RF, is good for other ignite builds. I don't know what I've been doing with this item,
In the right places could do
but it's got
here.
a hybrid and crit chance, so
Consider
yeah.
yourself supplied and equipped.
ooh, this is good as
Have a
is.
feeling that if I hammer,
Don't
allow
reroll.
me to take my
No,
rope
I'm just gonna keep and sell that. Yeah, 0 mod rares are an interesting choice in life. I'll just, I'm sorry, but what is this base? Someone was asking earlier about amazing items.
a small
This is an amazing item.
beneficial effect. I recently received
Tier 1
a
fire
full
damage.
shipment of rare golden
I'm not going to add a prefix modifier.
So we go for
I want
allow me
crafted
to take
life.
My runed hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right?
I kind of don't want to get rid of a Chaos Res here. I'm just going to take that. That's way too good to risk further. I know. I could have been greedier and made something absolutely amazing. Maybe I hit Hunter Influence and Mana Cost or something. I'm happy with that. If you are playing a fire conversion build, Purifying Flame, I mean, look at that thing. +1 Fizz, tier 1 fire damage. With tier 1 Chaos Res. And Elia Void. That's a high shield. That's really good. Empty my inventory into my quad tab here. A Corrupting Fever player would never buy this, simply for the reason that it's going to be priced out of their market. But also, if you're playing Corrupting Fever Champion, you're probably on the poor end at this point, since you're farming a lot slower than the Gladiator for no real upsides. And so high-end items are unlikely at this point to go to people playing Corrupting Fever Champion. Oh, nice. That's an awesome weapon. Congratulations. It's funny how often people don't realize that their build choice and their farming choices affect their total wealth.
Glad to see you.
And Corrupting Fever Champion is one of those things where over a short duration, it doesn't really matter. I'd still play Glad on League Start. Oh, that's a good item too. That's a real good item. That is almost the 6 times tier 1 meme. Congratulations. So here's the thing about being a Gladiator. You can get the best node from Champion, and last I checked, this was still inexpensive. Early on, I paid 2.5x for it, and I felt like a complete idiot when I did because I realized I could have bought it almost a week sooner. I could have bought it like day 2 or 3 because no one was buying them. And so, at least as long as Fortitude is a cheap Flesh and Flame, you should never be playing Corrupting Fever Champion.
Hail.
Now, if it goes up a lot, if it's like 50x, because I haven't checked the price today, then maybe there's an argument to be made. But so long as that's cheap, nope.
I've a feeling that if I hammer, I recently received a
because dying also slows you down.
A small etched
Fire dispels, lightning damage. It's kind of a mess. Come on. All right, we're still a mess.
Try to repair it. A few small runes and this one's a bit.
Oh, there's no repairing that. Sorry, Rog.
Supplied and equipped. A small etched rune.
Upgrade, sure, but I really want to reroll.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
Dex, accuracy, int. Good.
Something.
Yeah, exactly.
Allow me to take my
no, I'm not rerolling those suffixes. Those are actually good suffixes.
Allow me to take my
Stop trying to make me reroll the suffixes.
Both win.
That's a good recombinator base. Because if you merge it with something that has, let's just say, mid-tier accuracy dex and high-tier int, they merge together really cleanly, and you can upgrade both. Reroll, reroll. I'm just looking for good suffixes here. Sure, I'll remove, reroll. Not looking good. Yeah, no. That's garbage. Bad base, bad mods. Remove all suffixes. I kind of don't want to. Add a prefix modifier. Reroll suffixes. Dot multi. All right.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing.
Yeah, this isn't worth doing further.
That up for you, I assume.
It's also non-melee slayers because bow slayer is in a pretty good spot. It's one of those things that people don't talk about a lot, but it's better than you'd expect. And on Bow Slayer, it's amazing.
Using it on this,
yeah.
Carefully applied rune.
You could probably even go Corrupting Fever Slayer and it would be okay.
Products overall quality.
Yeah, it is rare. First, Uber Watcher's Eye, smart option is to sell it. How much money do you have, Gage? If you're farming 20% Delirious tier 16s in 1 minute clears, no, I don't think the build is holding you back at all. I think the time you are losing on a boss is more than made up for by the time you are saving on the map. The thing to do from there is put your total wealth, put the money you're making into increasing your boss damage. Add a suffix modifier. Sure, let's add some spicy prefixes. Like that.
Something quite interesting. I have a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's
That's
front end,
pretty good prefixes, actually.
you'll put it to earnest use, I hope.
Yeah, a lot of people only read the the Aura node. Which, I mean, it's a good node. I'm not going to argue against it, but
It's your lucky day, Exile.
don't underestimate how good Fortify is. All I will say on that is, the people who are a gladiator taking the Fortify node, and the people who are a gladiator taking the champion node, or the Aura node, are usually the difference between I'm dying to Arch Nemesis a lot and Arch Nemesis doesn't really hurt. If you only have 11x, sell it. It is not worth risking the amount of money when there's a very good chance the result will be under an Exalt value.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect.
Upgrade, sure. Reroll suffix, sure. Upgrade.
Let's try to add more sockets to this, perhaps.
Sure. Sockets. Reroll.
Investor, I can tell.
This is not going. Yeah.
Places could do wonders here.
I don't think a single tier 2 roll is worth it.
Consider yourself supplied and equipped.
No, it's 85. If it was 86, I'd keep it, but it's 85. It's garbage. Lightning, physical, burning, fire, int. Ooh.
Allow me to take.
They all, yes, they sell much faster unID'd.
Can't get any worse, right?
Yeah, I had the same problem, Per, and I had the same solution.
Got to upsell you. Don't blame me, blame him. It's just the job. I recently received a. Let's try to.
Yeah, it could take days to sell, and that's assuming that you get something good.
Shall I engrave multiple? A small etched rune.
The key I hit is enter.
A few small runes in the right places could do. No need to wrap that up for you, I assume.
Crit multi for cold, and
It's your lucky day, Exile.
all right, well, that doesn't go with minion life, so add a suffix. Those go together. Reroll prefixes. Global fizz. Reroll prefixes.
A few small runes. It's your lucky day. You'll put it to
So just to demonstrate, I do this, and then I just hit enter, and it destroys it. I probably should have evolved that instead of destroying it, but whatever. So I don't know why Fortitude Flesh and Flame is so cheap. I think it is just because people are not valuing defenses properly. Because all throughout Path of Exile's history, people do not value defenses correctly. Ooh.
A few small runes in the right places could do wonders here.
Reroll modifier. So remember how I said earlier? Tremorod was never alive. Tremorod was always dead. So earlier, I mentioned that you can recombinate some nice stuff like this. Let's just do a demonstration. I have jewelry recombinators, right? Yes, I do. Yeah. Any guide that said to use Tremorod, you should just never follow it, and probably never follow any guide by that person. Do we get T1 int, T1 dex and something good? Find out on the next episode of Recombinating with Rod. No, sadly, it took the worst possible mod from every item. The Recombinators giveth, and the Recombinators taketh away.
Hail. You want the premium deals, I see.
C-Jax.
A small etched.
Yeah, I got absolutely nothing.
I recently received
Add a prefix modifier. Tier 3 fizz? Yeah, I can reroll over that. Well, this is not looking good. Reroll suffixes? Sure. Reroll prefixes? Tier 4 fizz, wed, cold damage. I don't know. Yeah, no, this is gone. Goodbye. That was something that I really shouldn't have done, but I gambled on. Certain items are relatively safe. Like, this is relatively safe because it has that crit multi,
One of my
and it
local
has a
contacts
decent
has some
base.
other feeling that if it's your lucky day, Exile. I recently received a full shipment of an entire
But sometimes, even on a pretty safe base, you don't... Ooh, influence.
Allow me to take my
See, this is the interesting thing. This is probably worth a decent amount just because of the Anoint combo. Influence is really strong. So if someone's looking for a starting neck, that's good.
Multiple runes of nullification on it?
Yeah, the Aura Jewels are good if you are wearing a Mage Blood. And, I mean, it's also price, right? If a Fortified Jewels were 20x and the Aura Jewels were 2x, the Aura Jewels would be better. But when you don't have that, then the Fortified Jewels are better. And so it's all relative.
I recently received something quite
I wouldn't say there's a objectively correct or incorrect answer mechanically there. It's all economically. And in the current market, you should absolutely be using... I shouldn't have done that. You should absolutely be using the Fortified Jewels if you're most people.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here.
Yeah, amulets are great merge fodder. This is great merge fodder. +1 to level, or upgrade 3. All right, sure. Remove suffixes, sure. Add a suffix mod. Well, this isn't going well. Add a prefix mod.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna waste more money on that. This is not 86, right? No, it's not. Okay. 85, 84... You can run an essence modifier on any map.
If I hammer on this thing's front end, allow me to take my runed hammer to this
yeah, I did a bunch of logbooks to get these. I was preparing for the stream.
Let's try to add more sockets to this, perhaps.
This is not going well.
With a few small rooms. Got a crate of feasting. You're an investor, I can tell. Dannig says I've got to up. Good deal.
So when you say the items are set in stone, what do you mean? What's your build? Because very often when people think items are set in stone, they're not as set in stone as you would first believe. Yeah, people are very much sleeping on them. I mean, there's about 140 people watching right now. So maybe they're going to go up. If everyone here bought them, they definitely would. I'm going to guess not everyone here is playing a duelist. So I'm deciding on bases either based on the modifiers or the item level. Bow Totem Deck Stacker. I guarantee that you are not stuck being squishy then. I guarantee that you can replace a lot of those deck stacking uniques with deck stacking rares made with recombinators. So with a helmet, I want 86. Something like a weapon, 85. Something like a ring, I care more about the base type. And also, if something has good modifiers on it, I'm going to give it a shot, even if the base or item level is bad, because someone might recombinate those good modifiers onto a good base. Go ahead and message me. Yep. My name in game, same as here on YouTube. So this, I'm going to craft because it's an imbued wand, which a lot of people use.
A small etched rune could have a beneficial effect here. Oh, this one's quite messy.
This can be used either for wand attack builds, or it can be used for Spellslinger. Of course, you have to roll something good on it. The tier 1 cold dispels tier 1 fizz is good, they just don't go together.
A small etched rune.
Lightning dispels cold damage. See, it's not going together.
This one's a bit banged up.
And so, kind of garbage. You're welcome. Yeah, here's my problem with Seismic Trap. Seismic Trap is promoted as a super good build. It is delayed damage, it is low recovery, and it is difficult to scale the defenses. And most guides for Seismic Trap tell you to dual wield instead of using a shield. So I'm not surprised that you are getting demolished. You're getting demolished because basically you should be focusing on more defenses, but no one playing Seismic Trap is telling anyone to focus on defenses. All right, so how to continue? It's got tier 1 life from Hunter, tier 2 max life, +1 curse, tier 1 attack crit. No idea what build it's for. I'm going to guess that it is for some sort of melee build on Marauder or Duelist, possibly an elemental build. I'm also going to guess that it's attack-based because you want to use the attack crit, and it's life-based. What I would do from here is I would probably Beast Slam it. The Krikik Maw lets you add a modifier to an influenced item. That would give you an additional suffix. It can't really make it worse. And from there, I like the fizz reduction. It's probably going to take a long time to sell, but that is an amazing, amazing item. So here's the thing about Seismic Trap. It does a ton of damage. So, oh yes, good point, Andrew in chat. You want to switch your craft to... I'm not sure what the best thing to block is. If you can do it, reduced attribute requirements or life regen, because those are pretty bad. You want to block a bad mod before slamming. The mod will not necessarily be an influence mod. It'll be just anything from a pool, but that's what you do with it. And congratulations, that's a really nice item. So yeah, Seismic does all the damage. What I suggest is building defenses. But also, personally, I find it really hard to build defenses on something like Seismic Trap without a Mage Blood. So, as weird as it's sounding, to say that a build that most people promote as a League starter, unless your goal is to get a Mage Blood early, I would not actually suggest playing Seismic Trap. And if you're playing Seismic Trap, I would suggest focusing on defenses above all else.
Allow me to take my
Alright, attack speed of daggers max life. I like anything with max life, so skip, add a suffix modifier, reroll suffix. Fire.multi... Fire.multi life, I will check that message in just a minute. Alright, I'm going to skip and see what it offers me. Modifier values of the suffixes. Sure, let's try to get 8. Modifier values of the suffixes. It's basically free Divine Orbs. And cool. Try to sell that to an RF build. What do I think of this for RF? I think that it is a very, very good starter item. So, fire gems, good. Life, good. Life regen, good. Fire damage, good. The Max ES, good. Sadly, the all Ellie res, not good. Everything else about it is good. Yeah, I remember talking with a couple people who played Seismic, who were some of the people promoting it, and they were complaining about Arch Nemesis rares. Because what they were essentially doing is ignoring defenses and ignoring gear and just corpse hauling. And I'm sure if you do that, Arch Nemesis rares feel terrible. And that's someone who, I mean, I've never seen them play, but I'd hope they're a good player. They're certainly more experienced than the average player. So if you do that and you don't know why, I think it goes a pretty far way to explaining why so many people thought Arch Nemesis was terrible and why I thought it was just a non-issue.
Small rooms in the right places could do wonders here.
Yeah, it's very hard to build defenses on Seismic, and it's very hard to do good maps on Seismic without those defenses, unless you are willing to just corpse haul. Which I don't find enjoyable at all. I played Seismic in 316. I enjoyed it for what it was, but even my 400x Seismic Trapper, the defenses were great for things like Feared. The defenses were great for mapping. The defenses fell apart in Simulacrum. And that was one of the highest investment versions of Seismic you're going to see. Yeah, I mean, even on this build, Arch Nemesis wasn't bad. Ooh, that's great merge bait. Thank you, Rod. Thank you for giving me more merge bait. Because that's tier 1 wed, tier 1 life. Great prefixes. Yeah, that's a good point, Arnold. If you go into a pack, you're probably watching a streamer do that. The streamer, through their trap, kind of muscle memory instinctually knew the timing and shield charged through that pack because they knew their Seismic was going to go off and nuke everything as they went. And you're unlikely to take damage while you're shield charging. what I see a lot of new players do is, let's just pretend these guys are a pack of monsters. They'll go into the pack first. Wait, why can't I? Oh, this is in my way. All right. Wait, why is my thing not casting? I guess just ranges? Yeah, just ranges. Does this fix? There we go. Yeah, just ranges. So what they'll do is they'll blink right into the pack, and then they'll attack. And that's really bad. That gets you killed. The only time you can do that is if your character is stupidly tanky. Also, I should replace this. This doesn't feel as good as I was hoping it would. That's a problem for later me. I don't need it to roll ROG. Yeah, I would not advise Seismic at all for 318. Oh no, Jonathan, I would not advise that either. That build was awful. That build was how to make a really crappy Elementalist or Inquisitor with less defenses, lower recovery, and worse damage. And then, you know, pad the POB by a ton. The MTX that I'm using is the Cursed set, which is exclusively available through Nexus. When you buy the Curse set, a significant portion of your purchase will go to supporting the content creator whose Nexus you purchased it through. So if you wanted to pick it up for yourself, it is $60 US, and a significant portion of that will go directly to me. There's a link to my Nexus down below. I would say a good amount of successes, yes. Probably not as much as I should have because I'm going kind of slowly and hanging out with chat. But a good amount, nonetheless. Reroll prefixes, yes. Speaking of successes, this is already a success right here. Upgrade, reroll suffixes. Ideally, I want spell suppression. All right, sure. Reroll. No. Well, it's still a success because you can recombinate that onto a better item and keep the move speed, ideally. Scepter.
Dannig says I've got to
quality upgrade, sure. I want to reroll stuff. Crit multi, no dot multi.
A few small runes in the right places. Oh, this one's quite messy. Shall I engrave multiple? I recently received a full shipment of
yeah, it's garbage. It's okay though.
A small I like you, Exile.
Upgrade, so tier 1 fire to spells. Fill empty modifiers. Remove mana is good. Add a suffix modifier. Reroll. Upgrade. Reroll. Dot multi fire to spells. That's okay.
Shall we go for gold, so to speak? No need to wrap that up for you.
That could easily be recombinated into a decent RF weapon.
I like you, Exile.
Especially, I mean, even something like this.
Allow me to take my runed hammer.
All right, give me good lightning to dot suffixes. No? Okay.
You're an investor. I can tell. Good deal.
I wouldn't call those amazing successes, but I'd still call them successes. Mana, prefix, cool. Skip, reroll. All right, we've got int and life. That's good. I'm going to skip adding a prefix modifier. You know, I'll reroll suffixes. It's not great as is. And it's dead. I killed it. I shouldn't have rerolled it. That's okay, though.
You want the premium deals, I see.
Item level 86 boots. 35 move speed, go. That's a little too good. Reroll suffixes, yes. Reroll suffixes, no. Add a prefix. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, saved it. I forget what 35 move speed boots are worth. I believe they are still sellable, though. Opal wand, decent. Sure, let's remove all modifiers.
Shipment of rare golden chimeral blood. Shall we go for gold, so to speak?
So it is ideal to have as many mods as possible in terms of a number of prefixes and suffixes, but as few different mods as possible. Eternal Struggle, I think it's very niche. You can get some amazing ones because people are currently undervaluing them. But it's very, very niche, because giving up your amulet is a really big ask.
A small etched rune could have a carefully applied rune.
Remove a
I
single
recently
modifier.
received a full shipment of rare
Add a
gold.
prefix
This one's
modifier.
quite messy.
No.
Allow me to take
Reroll
my
suffixes.
rune
No.
hammer. There you go.
Even
Don't
stuff like
drink the
this,
water.
I have a 50-50 chance to just destroy this. But just as a demonstration, you can do some cool stuff. So if this picks the item level 86 base, it can transfer good mods on. This isn't ideal. But, oh wait, I want to craft life on that. The reason I want to craft life is it means higher odds. Wait, did that go into, okay, interesting. Regular jewels will fit into any socket. So just an example of saving failed crafts with recombinators. It picked the item level 86 base. It kept the 35 move speed, but did it get the spell suppression? No, it did not. Sadly. Sadly, it did not. Sometimes it will, though.
Here for a deal?
All right, C-Jacks. Rolled badly. No thanks. Diamond ring. Crit multi and life. Good start.
A small etched
Upgrade.
drop of black chimera.
Add a suffix
Allow
modifier.
me to take my rune.
No, I'm not re-rolling those.
Quite messy.
No, I'm just going to take this as is.
Allow me to take
Reroll
my
prefixes,
rune.
yes. Reroll suffixes, yes.
Quite interesting. It's your lucky day.
No, I don't want to remove. Reroll, yes. Crit multi lightning, good.
Of a feeling that if I have
No.
small runes in the right places.
All right, well.
Consider yourself supplied and equipped.
Worth falling. Immediately bricked. That's been today's pattern.
I've always got more.
Scepter. Yes, because math is complicated, that is a good TLDR. Reroll? Garbage? I'm sorry, did I just slam T2 Fizz on it?
Can't get any worse, right?
Okay.
A few small runes in the right places could do. I like you, Exile. A few small runes in the right places could do wonders here. Allow me to take my rune hammer to this thing's tail end.
I don't think that's good, but I'm going to keep it just in case. You never know.
A small etched rune.
Without price checking it, you never know when someone might want T2 Fizz, because I think you can transfer between a scepter and a mace. Could be wrong, though. I don't know how subclasses work with recombinators. If I hit plus gems here, I didn't. All right, that's a brick. It's 84. It's 86, but a bad base. It has lightning damage. I don't think it's worth. Oh, damage over time multi.
This one's quite messy.
Hell yeah.
Shall I engrave multiply of an entire?
Add a suffix modifier. Prefix modifier. Upgrade the level. Add a prefix modifier. All right, do not add a prefix modifier.
Something quite.
Do not add a prefix modifier. Okay. I forget what Steel Infused does, but I think so. Oh, thank you for catching that. I actually missed what they had suppress. So yeah, never mind. These have suppress. It's worth it because you just need to upgrade it to T2, and it's a potential recombination base that'll sell. Like that. Do not reroll. Reroll prefixes, ideally life. There we go. So yeah, that should be decently sellable. T1 life and T2 suppress. This has high life. I bought Rod books. Reroll suffixes. Strength, int, mana cost. All right. Not going to remove. Do I remove prefixes? It's a lot of cast speed. Sure. Add a prefix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. Don't reroll suffixes. Take. Every time.
A carefully applied rune of
remove, reroll, add a prefix modifier, add a suffix modifier, reroll. We've got wed, upgrade. We've got tier 1 wed, good. Reroll. No, I don't want to remove. And it's pretty bad. Let's see. Wed, pen, faster attacks, crit. I suspect that the thing to do there is to try to sell as a recombination base for someone else. Annulling there is high risk. Very high risk. Yeah, the charge jewels are way too niche. In theory, there's a use. I can't be bothered to sell them or to see if anyone's using them, because it will not be worth my time.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
All right, this is an item level 86, so we're going to roll it. Add a suffix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. Continue to be sad because the modifiers are bad. Reroll suffixes. No. Okay. I have no idea what a good price would be. I would price it based on Wed, attack speed, increased crits, and ignore the rest. Nice purr. Hey, I'm glad that everyone is switching and feeling tankier. That is good news. This could be really good. We've got 2 prefixes that are garbage and 2 suffixes that are good on a good base. Reroll, remove, add a suffix modifier. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. We're not removing anything. We're putting this over here. That is really, really good. Attack speed on weapons really depends on your build. In many cases, yes. Yeah, one alec, I'm happy to just delete them then. Add a prefix modifier. Reroll, I want plus gems here. Add a prefix. Reroll prefixes. Nope. Nope, it didn't hit anything good. Life is a good mod to have. Reroll suffixes. Fire damage is okay. RF is popular. Ideally dot multi though. Add a prefix modifier? Sure. No, I'm not going to remove them all. Reroll suffixes? Yes. Add a suffix modifier? Yes. No, don't reroll. Cool.
It's your lucky day, Exile. Oh, this one's quite
add a prefix modifier. Okay. Anointment. Mystic talents. I forget what that does. I don't think it's good. Suffix. Reroll. Not going to remove. Reroll prefixes. Sure. Okay, that's not good. I think that's one of his secret anoints. I don't think that's a good merge base. This could be, though.
One of my local contacts found some
quality, sure. Yeah, I'll reroll suffixes. It got better.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing.
But those tiers are too low, so reroll again. Upgrade. Upgrade. Not looking good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, no, it's dead. That's okay though. Chaos.multi on an Imperial scheme. Chaos.multi Rune Dagger. People play Poison BV. People play Poison Seismic Trap.
I recently was something quite. Allow me to take my rune.
No, don't reroll. Upgrade level. Add a prefix modifier. Remove all prefixes. Upgrade.
Could have a beneficial effect here.
I think someone might buy that. Even just for the suffixes, if you're merging it onto a +1 weapon, for something like Poison BV, that does not seem bad to me.
A bit more stock.
Imperial Bow, 85.
A small
Elimots, yes.
Dannig says I've got to upset. A small
good.
Rune could have a feeling
good.
If I hammer on this thing's
no, I'm not rerolling prefixes.
Of a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front end, got a crate of a few small runes in the right
nope,
place.
Poison Seismic is not better than the Fizz unless you're in something like solo self-found hardcore. But people play it.
Gold, so to speak.
Ooh, I-86.
If I hammer on this thing,
come on, T1 suppress. Sure, remove, add a suffix modifier. Prefix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. Stop doing prefix modifier things. Okay, well, that's just a base now.
Knock some of its enchantments about a bit. One of my local contacts.
Quality. Add prefix modifier. Prefix modifier. Upgrade.
A few small runes in the
not looking good.
A few small runes. A carefully applied
okay. Yeah, garbage.
A small
upgrade, sure. Add mods, add mods. That's good. Remove mods. We've got attack speed crit multi. Sure. Oh, that's so bad.
Of a feeling that if I
I'm not going to reroll prefixes. I'll upgrade, and I'll upgrade. And now we vol it. And it did not get better. Unfortunate. That was so close to being good. All it needed to do is hit +1 arrow. $14. Oh, that hurts to hear. I recently made a new helmet as well. This is the new helmet. This is the old helmet. What I'm going to do is give this to a lab runner, have him enchant it for me, then swap to it and sell this.
Hail.
And I think I'm going to go, instead of, because I think Vuln Curse Effect could be reduced life regeneration. I think I'm going to switch to that just because I don't really need the damage and it's good quality of life. See if we get some fire dot stuff here. Add a prefix. It's not fire dot. Come on. Come on. What are you doing, game? The cast speed is good. Nothing else is good about it. Sounds good. Remove 2 mods. Yes. Add a suffix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. Upgrade level. Upgrade level. Add a prefix modifier. God, it was so close. And it's garbage. Goodbye. Hey, thank you very much, Mark. And I hope you enjoy it. I really like the pirate set, especially with the duelist animations. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike there. Been having some weird issues, but I think that this animation looks really good. I'm not sure why, but ever since the last patch, I've been having weird issues where I get random lag spikes as the game loads textures. I think it might have broken texture streaming. How's it going, Sven? Okay, burning damage is good. Cast speed's okay. I'll reroll though. I'm going to live dangerously. Int is actually not terrible, but not good.
This one's a bit banged up. A few small roots. It's your lucky day.
Okay, we're not doing well on this. We did not get any LE damage rolls. We did not get any caster rolls.
A bit more stock.
I'm always tempted to do bows. But those are a little bit lower. I'm good. I'm just hanging out with my buddy Rog and everyone in chat.
Of a feeling that if I hammer on, allow me to.
I'm not sure if anyone in chat is named Rog though. If you are, then feel free to speak up. Fire res accuracy, not terrible.
Let's try to add more
attack speed. I mean, it's not spell suppression, but it could be. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
Sure. Is this a base that someone might recombinate? Absolutely.
A small etched rune could have a
upgrade, reroll, add a prefix, upgrade, not going to remove, reroll, upgrade. Oh, we're not doing good. That did not go well. I cannot think of that many things that would use this, but at the same time, the suffixes are good. I am crafting for profit, but I'm keeping recombinators in mind.
A carefully applied.
Sure. Remove, add a prefix, add a suffix. No, I'm not removing all suffixes. What? That's already a win.
A few small runes in the right place. A small
upgrade.
You're an investor, I can tell. You've an eye for a long-term. A few small runes.
Okay, cool. Last I checked, these still sold. As long as it had T1 dot multi, you could sell it, or you could merge it with something. Damage over time of attack skills, fizz damage. This is on the right base for this too. No, I'm not going to remove prefixes. Add a prefix, sure. Upgrade. I don't want to remove all suffixes. Reroll Are 3 modifiers good enough? I don't think so.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to this thing.
All right, damage of bow skills is good. Fizz to attacks, life. Yeah, I think I just re-roll this.
That if I hammer on this thing's
no, upgrade, upgrade, and then vol it and hope I get something good there.
A small etched
upgrade, yes. Add a prefix modifier. Remove. Fill.
Quite messy.
Remove. Sure. Let's add good suffixes, or completely fail at it. Fill. Nah, that's not worth saving. I have done this a lot. So right here, what I'm looking for is elemental damage.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
It's not going to be a great bow, but it could have good elemental rolls. All right, well, instead of just giving up, let's... See, sometimes you take the gamble, and sometimes the gamble pays off. Add a suffix modifier, add a... I'm too good. Look at this. That's a perfect recombination base. Hell yeah. We're keeping that. In fact, that is borderline sellable just as its own item. T3, T3, T5, +1 arrow, T1 crit chance dex.
I've a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front end, I've an entire vial of...
I have hit better before, believe it or not.
Stock today. Could turn out very...
I'm going to be honest, I think 1 chaos is a scam.
One of my local contacts found some... Allow me to take my...
Do I reroll those suffixes? They're pretty good suffixes. The prefixes are garbage.
Of a feeling that a few small runes...
The prefixes are still garbage. Anointment, sacrifice.
Shall I engrave multiple runes
sure.
of notification in it?
Someone might use that. It's... The crit chance isn't good, but everything else... Sounds like you need to do some essence farming.
I've always got...
I probably shouldn't have ignored the scepter. Attack speed with wands, attack speed while holding a shield. Good, but not crit multi, so let's try. Crit multi with cold, do not remove. Add a suffix. Do not remove. Do reroll. Do reroll. Crit multi with lightning and mana. Okay, fine. Remove. Damn it. Damn it. Too greedy. That's a solid helmet. Yeah, the reservation efficiency is nice. The reason I didn't go for it is I really, really, really wanted the Fizz taken as. I wanted to keep that for my current helmet. Though this one could be rolled. I'm probably going to roll this one when I'm done with it for reservation efficiency and sell it. Yeah, you'll get money in no time then. Remove suffixes, sure. Remove, sure. Add a prefix, add a suffix, add a suffix, add a suffix. T1 cold res, T1 recoup. Upgrade. All right. It's an okay suffix recombination base. Crit multi. Do not remove all suffixes. Add a prefix modifier. Yes. Add a suffix modifier. Yes. Upgrade. Do not reroll prefixes. Upgrade. Do not reroll prefixes. Upgrade. Take.
I hope this helps.
I believe you need to be character level 90 and or have completed a tier 16 map, but don't quote me on that.
Can't get any worse.
So dot multi and res, good. Spell damage and crit, no. I don't want to reroll these. Because even the spell damage while holding a shield is okay for RF. I take that, and effective non-damaging, okay. 84. Why are you 84? Go away. Ew. Disgusting. Good base. Bad item. Chopper. Doesn't have hybrid. When I was using wands... So how much trouble bosses gave me depended on how I did it. When I was doing the self-cast Reap or self-cast Exsanguinate, honestly, a lot of trouble. That was more of my mistake than anything, though. The self-cast Reap or self-cast Exsanguinate looks really good in POB. It feels miserable to play. When I was doing a 6-link Corrupting Fever and pseudo 5-link Spellslinger Exsanguinate, though, Surprisingly, not that much trouble. I had about 2.5 mil DPS, and it was really consistent. I got a ton of bases here. Oh, okay.
Of a feeling that
Reroll prefixes. Add a prefix.
Quite interesting.
Add a prefix. No, don't remove suffixes. Upgrade.
Small runes in the right places could do.
I would ideally want to remove some of the bad suffixes here. But okay, that's recombination fodder. I'm going to price check specific ones. What I'm going to do with most of them is put them in a dump tab.
A carefully applied rune.
All right, remove, sure. Upgrade, sure. Add a suffix modifier. Add a suffix modifier. No, I don't want to remove suffixes. Reroll yes, reroll yes. Do not remove. Take. So when I finish with this, quality, sure. Reroll. Nothing good. Reroll. Nothing good. Add a prefix modifier. Also nothing good. Skip. Reroll. Yes. Garbage. Alright, so what I'm going to do with most of these items, not all of them, there's going to be some that I price check. But what I'm going to do with most of these is I'm going to put them in a tab like this. And when this tab's full, I'm going to change the price to 1.5x and put it in this tab. And so on and so forth until I fill up a bunch of tabs. Then just vendor the stuff that doesn't sell at the bottom and not price check most of this. There are specific items in here which I probably should have pulled to the side, like this. This requires price checking because this is a crafting base and it's going to be more valuable than just putting it in a dump tab. I might even recombinate it for myself. But most of this stuff just goes in a dump tab and I don't think about it. If you're just mapping, nice rare quiver, better than... I like the cull, because I'm using culling strike plus anomalous maim, which adds a bit more damage, plus the frenzy. I guess maybe you could get your mana costs down and put the maim on your tornado shot, but then you're not refreshing Corrupting Fever with life tap. It's a lot of value. I think a really nicely rolled rare could be better, but it's hard to beat Maloney's for this.
Let's deal.
At least on Gladiator. If you're on Champion, yeah, just drop Maloney's. Not too big of a deal. But I would still be of the mind that you should be on Gladiator.
I've always got more.
Ooh. Are you going to give me suppress? These shields have not been kind so far.
This one's quite messy. I've a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front end, a few small runes in the right place. I've a feeling that no,
it's not going to. Wait, maybe it will. It's going to say it's just going to interact with the prefixes. Nope, didn't give me suppress. Sadly, not good enough to keep. Will this one give me suppress?
I have a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's
okay, those are good prefixes.
Something, a small etched rune could have a
that didn't help.
If I hammer a few small, allow me to take a small etched rune.
Suppress.
A few
Tier 3?
In the right places could do
Tier 3 with spell block. That seems sellable. 85, not good. 85. I don't think any of these are really worth it.
A bit more stock.
All right, 86. This is worth
Allow
it.
Me to take
reroll.
Hammer to this thing. I recently received a full shipment of
add a prefix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. Reroll. I'm just looking for suppress here or something interesting.
Me to take my runed hammer to this thing's tail end. Can't get any worse, right? A few small runes in the right.
Ooh, T1 int accuracy fire res. I could see an Omni build wanting those stats.
For you, I assume. It's your lucky day, Exile.
No, I don't want to remove prefixes. Yes, reroll them. Okay, do not remove that. Add a prefix modifier. Add a suffix modifier. Add an incubator. Upgrade the level. Yes. Take. Anything with +3 gems is a good base to do something with.
Allow me to take my runed hammer to something.
Reroll suffixes, dex, strength. Add a prefix modifier, reroll prefixes. Tier 2 wed. I don't think I want to remove that. Okay, that's garbage. Let's reroll over it.
Could have a beneficial effect here.
Would anyone use that? I don't think so.
A small itch. Allow me to take
Reroll
my
suffixes.
Hammer.
Yes.
A feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front,
Reroll
a
prefixes.
small itched rune could have a feeling.
Reroll
that
prefixes.
One of my local contacts found some catalytic.
Nah.
To wrap that up for you, I assume.
Not enough crafts left.
A small itch of a feeling that if I a small itched rune.
The use case for an unset ring is any build that's really tight on socket space. Minion builds are a classic example, but there's a lot of builds. Even my build could use one in theory. And then you put an aura in it, and you boost that aura up to super high levels.
A small itched. It's your lucky day, Exile. Of a
reroll, sure.
Quite interesting. A few small
Okay.
runes and
Nope, not shaping up.
Use, I hope. Of a feeling that if I
Reroll prefixes, yes. Add a suffix modifier. Add a suffix modifier. Upgrade the level of modifiers. Upgrade the level of modifiers.
Allow me to take my. Oh, this one's a bit banged up.
Hey.
I could try to repair it, but I'm no blacksmith. Of a feeling that if I hammer on this thing's front end, I could knock.
I did not have malevolence because it's impossible to fit the reservation in. Oh, I also didn't have flesh and stone. I used blood and sand. That was the other difference.
A carefully applied rune of nullification could do.
Do I want to remove that?
Product's overall quality.
So the best way to do that, is to take something like this and recombinate it into another unset ring that doesn't have +3 but has good stats and is reasonably cheap because it doesn't have +3. So remember how I didn't delete the fire damage? That's because RF uses fire damage. And now, look at that thing. Oh, that thing's beautiful. Yeah, reroll prefixes. Okay, well, that didn't help. But that's beautiful. Someone's going to use that.
I've always got more.
Quivers are usually really easy to roll something decent with. Dex, lightning res, add a suffix. Good, attack speed's good. Lightning res is not good. Sure, let's reroll that. See? Add a prefix modifier. Don't reroll prefixes. Upgrade level. Don't upgrade suffixes. Just take. Congratulations! That is... God damn, you hit the recombination jackpot there. That's a really good item now. The game is very good. It is, I would say, the hardest action RPG on the market, but as a result, the most satisfying.
Allow me to take
right.
my runed hammer to this.
Rerolling did not help. Add a suffix modifier. Add a suffix modifier. All I want in my life is spell suppression. I'm not going to get it, am I? Nope, not going to get it. I don't think that's sellable. I'll hold on to it, though. Remember earlier when I said dot multi is good? Dot multi is good. Those prefixes are not, though. Anointment, dirty techniques. Dirty techniques plus dot multi. Okay. Upgrade a level. Did not hit dot multi. I'm just fishing. Haha! Dot multi chaos skill gems. And spell damage. And damage over time. But it's for ailments. So who is playing a poison? I don't know if that all works together, but you know what? It was cheap and someone's probably going to buy it for some of those things. Was it worth it? Yes, absolutely. Is it perfect? Probably not. Global crit multi, mind throwing speed.
Allow me to take my hammer to this thing.
I don't want to reroll prefixes yet. Okay, I guess I have to reroll suffixes then.
When you apply a drop of
good point. Poisonous concoction would absolutely use it. I was thinking of a spell damage. I was trying to think of poison chaos spells. But yeah, poisonous concoction, absolutely. All right. Poison seismic. Reroll suffixes. Not going to reroll prefixes. I guess I have to now. Come on, RF stuff. And it's garbage. You're welcome, Val. I'm also here to make a bank, Chris. Welcome. I'm going to be honest. Poison Forbidden Right sounds like a meme. That sounds like just a strictly worse version of Cast on Crit Forbidden Right. And not a little bit worse, but like a lot worse. Okay. Could I interact with the suffixes of this item, please? I would really like to. No? All right. All right, let's just not interact with the suffixes of our item. Thanks, Rog. I mean, I say that sarcastically right after making an amazing thing. I can't really complain. I see dot multi here. Remove all prefixes, yes. Add a prefix. Remove all prefixes, yes. Do not reroll suffixes. Add a prefix. Upgrade level, yes. Reroll prefix. Spell damage. Yes, the entry fee is steep, but my god is it strong.
It's your lucky day, Exile. Something quite interesting happens when you apply
life.
A drop of
there we go.
Chimeral blood to a piece of equipment.
There we go. Life, int, attack, and cast speed. Yeah, 85 sounds like you were at a point where it was pretty solid. Attack speed for claws, good. Reroll suffixes. Melee damage attack. I'm going to aim to reroll suffixes here, but I'm not going to reroll. All right? And now because we're greedy, we destroy it. Damn it. I have not hit a good implicit on a good jewel all day. As a note, you probably shouldn't be doing that. It's random, but it obeys the rules of crafting, so if you're really familiar with how items roll, you have a decent idea of what's going to upgrade. Like this is a scepter, it's going to hit a lot of spell junk, and it's going to mix things like attack rolls and spell rolls. All right. And so I'm not too invested in it, I'm just going to delete it. 84, that's not good enough. 85, sure, that's good enough. Remove. Also, if you remove prefixes like this, he's more likely to offer you prefixes. Like that. Add a prefix, do not add another prefix. Reroll, set the quality. I don't want to add more prefixes because I wanted to craft life. I was hoping to upgrade, didn't work. Garbage. Goodbye.
One of my local
quality, sure. Upgrade. Right here, I'm looking for dex, strength, int, accuracy.
Allow me to take hammer to this thing's a small etched rune could have a bit of a
not feeling too confident about this. I shouldn't have. Whoops, that was me not paying attention.
Could turn out very well.
17% suppress, T1 life, chaos res, decent for a combination. Yeah, some things can be blocked.
Oh, this one's a bit.
All right, we've got strength and dex.
I'll try to repair it, but I'm no. Consider yourself supplied and equipped.
So, dex in, fire lightning, good suffixes, remove, add a prefix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. I don't want to reroll suffixes, I'm happy with my suffixes. Alright, well, that failed, but it got better. Kind of, not really. It's still garbage. It went from garbage to garbage. Reroll suffixes. Sure. Suffix modifier. Reroll prefixes. Reroll suffixes. Reroll suffixes. Burning damage melee crit does not go together. Damage with poison, poison duration. That does go together. What did it hit? Attack crit and damage of axes. Not quite. That's a good recomp. I think you just wear it. God damn, that's so good. Congratulations. That really is the mage blood we have at home. I don't think rod crafting is going to get more expensive. I think recombinators are going to keep the price of rod crafting nice and low. I don't think I should have done that. That was greedy of me. Reroll suffixes. T1 chaos res I like. Everything else is bad.
It's your lucky day, Exile.
I don't want to remove them. Upgrade, reroll prefixes. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Some of its enchantments about a bit.
No suppress. Good base, though. Yeah, I'm just going to turn off the voice lines because it is getting annoying. I just have to remember to turn it back on later. Otherwise, I'm going to do a boss, and I'm going to die, and I'm going to be like, wait, I thought he was doing an ability. One good thing... I'll reroll that. I'll reroll again. Upgrade. Remove prefixes, basically, yes. Okay. Add a prefix, yes. No. Don't add another one. Upgrade. I'll keep it, but it's probably not going to make me happy. Good crit multi. Everything else is bad. Can we make it better? Upgrade the level of a modifier. Do not reroll. Add prefix. Add a prefix. I think we made it better. Spell block, good suppress base. Sure. No, I don't want to remove suffixes. I specifically got all of these for an extended crafting session for the stream. No suppression, sadly. I may have gone a little bit overboard because I haven't used that many rerolls because it's a lot slower for me to talk through what I'm doing. That's okay, though. It's all about the education process. So right now, I'm looking for anything good to build the item around. And I'm not finding anything here. I'm not finding anything. Not like crit multi, dot multi, nothing. So that's just going away. Antique, that's not jeweled. All right, remove suffix, sure. Add a suffix modifier. Accuracy and wed go together. Add a suffix modifier. Attributes. I mean, Omni wants to know your location, but it's mutually exclusive with Omni. Incubator. I don't think that came close to being good enough. I'm going to put more stuff in my quad tab. Yes. So +1 to gems, he will. +1 frenzies, no. Probably worth keeping. That's the sort of thing I would put in a dump tab. And if it sells... Wait, I had just refreshed. That was wasteful of me. All right, move speed. Upgrade. Didn't... Ooh, influence. Oh, hell yes. This is spicy. This is spicy. That was surprisingly disappointing. Spicy, though. At the very least, item level 86 evasion base with really low dex requirement with T1 move speed on it. Someone very much might be interested in that. So we've got a mix of junk here. Yes, you can per. However, it has a 50% chance to brick because if it picks the non-influence base, it will not transfer the influence mod. That said, if you want an unset ring with +3 and flam on hit, the best way might be delve bases for flammability on hit. Remove all suffixes, sure. Reroll prefixes. Give me good suffixes. That is not a good suffix. Goodbye. When you say ignore ailments, what do you mean? If you mean just died of them, no, I'm just ailment immune from my boots and my chest piece. I have 35% here, and I have 70% here-ish. It's actually 67%, but 67 plus 35 is still over 100. Remove. Sure, let's try to force more prefixes. Good. I don't want to remove suffixes. Add a suffix, sure. Lightning damage, double res? And... Damn it, Rog. You failed me. You have epic failed. Goodbye. That item is gone. Yeah, I'm totally ailment immune. You only need 2 items if you are willing to spend a lot of money. Let's go with a lot of money. Okay, so this is a perfect Omni base. I just need all of these to be T1. Oh, T1 attack speed. Upgrade. Add a suffix modifier. That didn't help. Remove a bad mod. Do I reroll? Yes. And it's garbage. It's utter trash. So what do I want on here? I want something that makes sense. Right now, none of these things make sense. It's just random garbage. Okay. This is just random garbage. So there's something else you can do with Rug that I haven't done for the early part of a stream because I wasn't sure how fast this would go. The other thing you can do is fish for good base items rather than just good bases. And it comes down to whether you want to spend more rerolls or more artifacts. Like, this is a good base. It already has crit multi on it. And now it has higher tier crit multi. I don't want to reroll suffixes. I do want to keep upgrading. I'll remove, I'll upgrade, I'll add a suffix modifier, tier 1 chaos res, and I'll upgrade. And because I started with T1 crit multi, then overall it's pretty good. Oh no, I prefer Mage Blood. I just don't have one at the moment. Because I haven't had that much time to play. I think after this rod crafting session, I'll probably switch over to a Mage Blood. Reroll suffixes. Those are good suffixes. Reroll prefix. Recombinators are far from useless. Recombinators are insanely good. Tier 1 Chaos Res, that's good. So these suffixes, we want to keep those. I was relying on the fact that I didn't get hit very often, Diablo. And so it's one of those, I did it, but I wouldn't advise it. I would advise running something like Purity of Elements or running anti-ailment flasks. But I did what I did because I was farming a lot of lower tier maps for a while, and so it didn't matter all that much. This is not looking good. Chaos Res is good. Everything else about this item I don't like. Yeah, no, it's garbage. That is so garbage. Go away. Reroll suffixes. All right, good. Do not reroll suffixes. I have to add a prefix now. Quality. Stop trying to reroll suffixes. No. Okay, reroll prefixes. Yes. The lower tier maps I was doing were specifically tier 9 glaciers. Not that it's the only tier of map you can do, but for the gear that I had around day 6, it was definitely well below what my build could have handled. And then for a while I did tier 14, I think. Crit multi accuracy crit chance. Okay. Stop rerolling the suffixes, please. Upgrade. Upgrade. Add a prefix. Okay. I'm just taking that. No, Glacier does not drop good cards or items, but Sentinels make everything drop good items. Suffix haha. No, don't reroll. Apply an anointment. Brutal Blade. Cool. Fizz, spell damage. Let's add a suffix here. Not bad. Not bad suffixes. I was really hoping for a plus gems there. That would have made it. Uh, 86 Imperial Bow. Yes, it does throw anoints. Always roll 86 Imperial Bows. because you can get plus arrows on this. I'm sorry, did I just make a Fizzbow? Did I just make a Fizz Imperial Bow? I guess it is T4, T3, T3, but like, it's triple Fizz prefixes. Never underestimate ROG. All right, I'm going to be a little pickier. I have way too many of these. Oh, we've already got T1 suppress. I'm not rerolling those suffixes. I will reroll the prefix. Okay, there we go. Upgrade. Don't think I reroll prefixes. I think I just take that. Because that is really good recombination fodder. Yes, I would try to recombinate that onto a better base. Absolutely. You might even want to do suffix to prefix first, just so that you have 3 prefixes. And then try to recombinate it onto a base that has 2 essence mods and 3 prefixes. "30-minute videos, gotta love them. They also take a while to upload." So this is attack speed with swords and 200 melee. I could keep it, I'm not going to. Crit multi with fire skills, attack speed. Okay, that I'll keep. Remove all suffixes. No, don't reroll. Add a suffix. Stop rerolling prefixes. Sure. Minion gems, 86. Plus 2 minion gems. Fill empty modify. Don't reroll. Do I reroll suffixes? Yes, because I want to get plus 3 minion gems here. That is the goal. That goal is currently failing. That goal has failed. Snipe for 8x. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Because you can force Fizz as a prefix, right? Yeah, nice item. I think you might be tripping on that one. 86 Assassin Bow. Assassin Bow is a bad base, but any base with plus 2 arrows is just more recombination fodder. Okay, well, stop trying to remove all the modifiers, please. No? Okay, keep trying to remove all the modifiers. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Life, Fizz to attacks, damage over time multi. I do not want to reroll. What I want is to upgrade the level of that dot multi and keep the life. This is a tough choice. I think I do this. I think what I do is I keep the suffixes over the prefix here. T2 dot multi. Now you should recombinate it. And depending on... Okay, no, sorry. I went a little too fast for that. Now what you should do is craft a suffix and recombinate it. Oh, hey, welcome. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just talking ROG today, talking crafting in general. Fill empty modifiers, sure. Upgrade modifiers, sure. Remove upgrade, not looking great. Yeah, not great. Could be okay, though. Teak round shield, not an ideal base. Daggers, accuracy. Remove suffixes. Add prefix. Making it into an agate base is gonna... Oh, wait. Never mind, you don't have to recombinate. I was gonna say you could always recombinate, but no, it's fine as is. Yeah, Sometimes it's well worth it to do that. Quite often, actually. Reroll prefixes. No, don't remove them. Reroll them. Reroll suffixes. I don't think an int stacker uses that. Yep, the goal is a learning stream. Okay, this has potential. We've got tier 2 chaos dot, tier 1 crit multi. Those don't really interact, but they're both good on their own. Prefixes are garbage. I mean, I can just remove them all. Okay. No, don't reroll that. Fill empty modifiers. Sure. If I hit chaos gems here, I'm real happy. I didn't, but I'll reroll the prefixes. And this is the nice thing about recombinators. This item wasn't bricked by me adding a bunch of junk prefixes. Because in many cases, you're only going to care about the suffixes because you want to recombinate dot multi and chaos dot together, or crit multi and crit chance together. New amulet. Reroll suffixes. Yeah, you can make, if you don't want to craft, either because you don't enjoy it or you're confused by it. If you're confused by it, watch the videos on my channel. I have a lot of them that teach crafting. Some of them are high level looks and some of them break it down to a very basic level. Usually the ones that break it down to a very basic level don't do very well. The high level ones seem to do pretty good. Ooh, discipline and training. That's a good anointment. This will probably sell just for this anointment, because that's a really good one. But even if you don't want to craft for yourself, Zero Desire, you can sell things to people who do and make a lot of money. Well, good luck on your process. It sounds like you have a good plan, and now you just need to hit everything. Spine bow. Sure. Upgrade, add a prefix modifier. Double fizz, all right. Dex, proj speed. No, you were doing so well, game. Yeah, it's garbage. Well, start small, Dave. Don't think of it as I have to learn all of crafting for everything. Think of it as I want to make a simple item. I want to make one upgrade for my build. What do I need to learn to do that? We roll suffixes. Add a suffix. Helix is pretty good. I played Helix in 3.17. And it was very, very fun. I mean, I've got triple Ellie on this. This is a triple Ellie Imperial Claw. The only problem is all the triple Ellie, garbage. Still worth it though. That's a 3C base. Well, okay. 3C base in and of itself isn't worth it to me, but it is a thing I might craft later. So worth it. I don't think I want to remove suffixes. I want to re-roll them. So if you're looking to re-roll suffixes or prefixes, you want as many as possible, since he'll always re-roll to the same number of affixes on the item. Why are you 84? I'm going to try it anyway. Come on. Not good. Not good at all. All right. A ranger bow, it's 85. Harby bow. I'm sorry, is this a merciless weapon? This is a merciless weapon. It's a Merciless Harbinger bow with crit multi. Sorry, it's a Merciless Harbinger bow with crit multi attacks, fire an additional arrow. I would have preferred 85 or 86. 86 is tier 1 or 35% move speed. 85 is tier 1 or 20 to 22% spell suppression. Do I add a prefix here? I don't think I can make it worse, so yes. I definitely didn't make it worse. I mean, what even is this bow? Someone wants this. Someone definitely wants this now. Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna take that. Merciless, cremating, vaporizing, tier 1 crit multi plus 1 arrow. Rog is a crazy, crazy man sometimes. Chaos dot poison? I mean, I know that people play the all damage can poison dagger. This makes me think, oh, but it's a Rune Dagger. I don't know if this is good in that case. I guess I keep trying though. Because it could hit +1 to chaos or something. Yeah, pretty much a recomp base for anything. I don't really like any of these. 85, 84, and a bad base. 86. This can get T1 life, T1 suppress. Depends on how much it's worth as is. If it's worth a lot, then yes. If it's not worth a lot, what I would honestly do is I would craft a prefix like cold or fire damage, and I would make a decent Ellie Claw and try to merge the prefixes and suffixes because you've already got pretty good suffixes. And I think you could have a really good bit of success recombinating good prefixes. Yeah, that's a really good point in chat. If you have a clear goal, it is fairly easy to farm. Both in terms of what you should and also what you shouldn't be upgrading. Like my character, I'm clearly at the point where I should be farming and not upgrading. So that's what I'm doing. This counts as farming, right? I think this counts as farming. Base is 100C. To me personally, I would risk for a combination then, but you will have to decide for yourself what is more important to you. The fact that you'd have a 50% chance to blow up the base on each attempt, or the fact that you could get a much more valuable item if you succeed. Like valuable to the tune of over 10 exalts, best case scenario. That said, you are more likely to fail than succeed. I do not multi-stream to Twitch, no. Because Twitch does not allow you to multi-stream. I'm going to keep that for the prefixes. Might have been a mistake. Strength, Dex, burning damage. Let's skip and, yes, reroll prefixes. Totem life, cold damage. All right, let's reroll suffixes. Generic? No, don't remove them. And keep. Yep. The thing is, I used to stream on Twitch, so I am an affiliate. For things like this, I probably would multi-stream it if I could, but I can't. It's something where Twitch is unlikely to go after you if you do it, But because they could, and because I just don't want to deal with a vindictive platform trying to sue me with big Amazon lawyers, I just don't. This could be a decent attack wand. Maybe. It could also be that I won't upgrade for right things. No, do not reroll prefixes. That is not what I want to be, Chris. Not at all. Yeah, and that is exactly why I just don't want to risk it. People do a lot of stuff. Oh, thank you very much, Per, for becoming a cruel supporter and helping to support the channel. People do a lot of stuff on Twitch because Twitch generally will not go after you, but you are completely at the largesse of a platform. In general, wands are used for attacks, A, on an imbued base because it has the best ratio of crit chance and attacks per second, and B, when it has high elemental or physical damage rolls. So this has cold and lightning damage, which is an implicit attack modifier. Okay, I shouldn't say implicit. It's an explicit modifier, but it applies to attacks done with the weapon. Yeah. Hey, welcome. And thanks for dropping by. If you want to learn how crafting in Path of Exile works, you came at exactly the right time, because that's all I've been doing. So right here, I have cast speed and I have spell damage. These are the good things on my item. I could reroll. I could just go YOLO. I want new suffixes. Yes, claw-like weapons. I'm going to skip. Okay. I was immediately punished for skipping. That's okay, though. Add a suffix modifier. This is probably bricked. I'm going to gamble and hope that I save it. That was because I was greedy and did not reroll suffixes. Yeah, completely bricked. That is how you don't craft if you're trying to save money. On this item, I'm catering to most likely an attack build because it has attack speed, and pretty much anybody because it has spell suppression. The life regen, not good. Removing that, perfect. Quality, yes. Add a prefix. Add a prefix. Reroll prefixes, hope for life. Hit life, the life is not good. Skip. I don't want to get rid of a suppress. I don't want to reroll suffixes. I'm just going to add a prefix and take. Oh, that does sound annoying, Per. I don't have that because my name is distinct enough that no one's really typing it as part of another word, but I could see your name being typed a lot as part of words, and that sounds very annoying. Best way to target a Sentinel mod with recombinators. Ideally, what you would want to do if you want a Sentinel mod, I'm assuming in this case, you mean putting a Sentinel mod from one base onto another. If a Sentinel mod is a prefix, you want 2 items with full prefixes, and you'd want your receiving base to have the same 2 prefixes as the non-Sentinel prefix on your other item. Upgrade. Sure, let's upgrade. I don't want to remove prefixes because I want to keep the life on it. So I'll skip. I don't want to reroll. I'm going to take this as is because I think this is a decent sellable item as is. Yes, it did highlight, but there's no way that's coming up in casual conversation. Oh, I don't think you should try to generate Sentinel mods from 2 bases. From what I've seen, your odds are 1 in 50 to 1 in 100 to do so. And there's not enough data for me to give good advice on that. The best advice I've seen so far is use completely unrolled white items so your costs are low. All right, we've got Dex and Int, which is good for Omni. We've got Life, which is good for Omni. We don't want to reroll this. We don't want to remove this. I think this is sellable even as is with a crafted prefix. Or it's really good fuel to recombinate onto another base. Imbued Wand. This is a base that can be used with attacks again. Not going to roll it, though. Kind of garbage. And now I'm going to come over here. Put all these in. Not all of these will sell. Not all of these will be worth a lot. There's always the possibility that they'll sell, though, and dump tabs are good. I'm going to go through, I'm going to price check some of the better ones. Most are just going in a dump tab. Congratulations. It is always a nice feeling when you buy that first endgame item. So I don't want to remove here. I want to reroll. Dex and Chaos Dot, that goes together okay. Swords and cold damage do not go together. Melee crit multi does, though. We're not getting anything good. This is pretty much straight gambling. Reduced effective curses proj damage? Alright, something. I don't think anyone buys it unless it hits really good mods, though. From 2 exalts down to 20 chaos. Yeah, some of the Sentinel mods are crazy. They're also crazy hard to roll. I've done a lot of recombinating, and I've only hit 2 Sentinel mods so far. Out of, I'm going to say 200 attempts. Could easily be more. And some people have theorized that there are hidden requirements to rolling Sentinel modifiers. I don't really know that I've seen enough evidence either way, though. That's a need to see more sample size stuff. I don't want to remove suffixes. I want to add suffixes. Good. Remove prefixes? Sure. Add a suffix? That's okay. Upgrade. Add a prefix? That's really bad. Yeah, people do not realize how deadly, especially alt ailments are. You get scorched, better have extra res. You get brittled, hope you're crit immune. Reroll suffixes. Oh, strength, int, fire res. Yeah, recombinators are how I got spell suppression on this armor base. It's a really nice base. Add a prefix modifier, yes. Ooh. Upgrade, yes. I don't want to add a prefix here, and I don't want to reroll. I'm just going to take that and sell it to an Omni player. Because that's 100 Omni with good damage to attacks. Ah, yes, I do, Krendor. I keep the VODs publicly listed. There's a little section that has all of the VODs. Add reroll. Add a prefix modifier. I want +3 gems here because this is a big hit. It failed utterly. I don't think I even keep that. That's impressively bad. Oh, it has Stun Avoid. And I actually rolled it with Ashling. The reason I rolled it with Ashling is because originally this had Guadalitsi on it, but I've had 100% success rate with deleting Guadalitsi from my chess pieces or not having an open prefix on them afterwards. So 5.5 hours, 10 exalts, and another 10 in chaos, 20x. Pretty good. Yeah, as long as you're learning and as long as you have forward momentum, you should get there by the end of the league. Have a good night, and thanks for stopping by. Ooh, do I want to reroll? I shouldn't, but I'm greedy. Add a suffix modifier. Reroll prefixes, getting 31 or 35% life, except it failed. Hey, congrats! 4 out of 5, you're almost there. You are 1 headhunter. Oh, I almost can't say that with a straight face. You're one headhunter drop away. How low have mighty have fallen? Influence. Does influence help me here? Good luck. Remove all suffixes, sure. Add a suffix modifier. Upgrade, reroll suffixes. I don't know, it has a T1 mod on it. I can recombinate that later. It's going to get buffed at some point. So I don't have any commands for my channel because I could never figure out how to get the bots to work. But my Atlas tree is really not very important. The way I make most of my money is from other things. I guess having expedition and essence is important. Everything else is just whatever. And I was not paying attention. I might have bricked that, or it was just garbage all along. Oh, that's a nice thumbnail. So if you like seeing Feared and other bosses get blown up, you should probably go follow Epic Builds. There might be something in the near future that you would be interested in. Remove 2. Sure. Add prefix. Reroll suffixes. Aim for... Oh, it's actually okay. You know, those aren't terrible suffixes. $85. All I want is suppression on my boots. That isn't suppression. Still isn't suppression. No. Okay. Ooh, T1, right? Oh, that's T3? Damn. T2 now. Crit multi, add a prefix mod. Add a prefix mod. Do not reroll prefixes. Upgrade. Damn you. Sure, reroll suffixes. Yeah, I would always advise running logbooks over selling them, but even selling them is reasonably profitable. Well, that's garbage. Still garbage. Freeze duration. Not feeling it. Yeah. Maybe someone buys it. Probably not. Okay. Not going to remove a suffix. I'm just going to vol it as is. Either time for some gear upgrades or keep saving for your cast and crit forbidden right. So we've already got the suppression. Now this is fix prefixes or roll additional good suffixes. Like that, and like that, and like that. So that's an insane recombination base, or I use craft life and someone will absolutely buy that. If you have not dropped a single logbook in 1,000 maps with all the expedition nodes, I'm impressed. I'm legitimately impressed. I feel like you have run significantly less maps than that, and it just feels like 1,000 maps. But if it was actually 1,000 plus maps, I don't think that's even statistically possible. Now, that's not bad RNG. That's probably hidden on your loot filter at that point. If you have actually run 1,000 maps or even a really high number, check your loot filter, because I think there's a chance they are hidden on your loot filter and they have been dropping. Yeah, a lot of people in chat are saying it too. Whenever I hear someone say, I've done a huge number of things and I've never gotten one of a fairly common drop. Okay, well, it's not hidden on my loot filter then. In that case, it's not hidden because I get a lot of them. But I double check just in case. Just in case somehow something crangled. Reroll. That's pretty bad. Nah, this item isn't worth investing in more. Sometimes... Oh, I misread that. So +1 to maximum energy shield is not +1 to all spell skill gems, in case anyone was wondering. Even in white maps with 0 mods, I think you'd also have to dodge all the remnants. I mean, even if I wasn't doing Expedition myself, they would definitely be visible because they're worth a minimum of 30 chaos. Stop trying to remove stuff. Okay, well, that's... Ugh, disgusting. So one thing I would suggest, Val, is look at my expedition guide, because I talk a little bit about how I do expeditions in terms of aiming for remnants. Basically, do that in your maps. Because that many maps with none on a filter that is not hiding them sounds like you're doing something wrong. And you definitely want to aim for, okay, that is just strange. And that makes me think when you say most likely 300 plus, it feels like that, but you're probably only talking about a sample size of, I'm going to say 50 to 60 maps, because I could see not getting any in a much smaller sample size that just feels like a lot. I don't see getting no logbooks in 300 maps, because I remember my dry streak topped out at like 40 maps with 0 logbooks, but then I literally got 5 from the next 3 logbooks, or from the next 3 maps. So you blocked Beastcrafted, it became tier 4 fire res. I think, as is, you should just keep that and craft a suffix on it and sell it. I don't think you go again on that. I think that's good. Even T4 fire res is a solid hit. 70 to... So if you have the expedition nodes, 70 to 100 also sounds low. Oh, this is so hard because I feel like this is just something that I've internalized over doing thousands of maps that I don't think about, that is not obvious. I think there's something that I do without thinking about it that most people aren't, and that's the issue. 30 to 50 sounds more reasonable. 5 to 10, that sounds... If I go by expeditions where logbooks dropped without scarabs, that sounds right to me. If I'm talking with scarabs, depending on the scarab, it's more like 2 to 5. But again, that depends on the tier of a scarab. So even if you're not juicing anything, I was using Stream of Consciousness for a very long time. That means no scarabs, no juicing at all, just alking maps and going, and I was still getting a lot of logbooks. When I was tracking it, I got 5 logbooks within 40 maps, and that's pretty typical. Which fits right into that 5 to 10. Well, I guess that's 5 to 10 maps, not expeditions. I forget exactly how many expeditions per map because I wasn't tracking that. But I think it's still within 5 to 10, to be honest. No +1 arrows, sadly. Did not make it better. What else was I going to evolve? This? And this. I think I bricked them all. Yeah, that sounds right to me, Per. That sounds a lot like what I do. Oh. I should also evolve these. Fire.multi. Fire.multi is good. People like to play RF. Upgrade the level, yes. Oh wait, it's not fire dot, it's just dot multi. It's okay though. People still like to play RF. Add a prefix. You know, I was really hoping for fire gems there. Yeah, random maps sell very well because a lot of people are doing things that hurt their map sustain to get more money, or because they don't understand how it works. 50-50 on that, to be honest. Yeah, I could see 3 out of 7 and 1 out of 2. Unless we're talking really big sample sizes, it does kind of feel a little bit subjective from map to map, but those numbers don't sound wrong to me. Oh, that feels so bad. 199 out of 200. Next time I run maps, I'm going to be running scarabs. No, don't remove prefixes. Add a prefix modifier. Fire damage, yes. Now upgrade it. Stop trying to remove them. Well, I got T2 cold. Something. This is a mess. See, this is where I don't want to remove prefixes. I want to reforge them. Yeah. There we go. It's still garbage. Reroll prefixes again. There we go. Cold and fire. Upgrade the level of 2 modifiers. So here we go. I need all of my recombinators. I'm sorry, Krendor, but I actually need to buy more recombinators. Fun thing you can do with these. So if you have stuff like this, oh god, I'm almost out of weapon recombinators again. Oh no. So these both have pretty okay prefixes, but not good prefixes. Oh wait, never mind, I can't do this. I was going to say you can smash them together, but I just realized it's cold fire and cold fire. One of these needed to have lightning on it. Whoops. So yeah, I could see it on 50. I could not see it on 100 or 1,000. I've been enjoying Tornado Shot. Here's my thoughts on General's Cry Berserker. Gigantic noob trap. I can very much see why you're not enjoying it. That build was always about kill everything before it kills you. Because it will kill you. It will always kill you. That's cold and fire. That's lightning, but the fire isn't good. It's lightning, fire, cold. I kind of want to do that one too. See, after you've done ROG for a while, this is the next step. So I wouldn't really call this a Tornado Shot build. I would call this a Corrupting Fever build. I mean, I've always said it's bad. I don't think I'd ever say it was good personally. Oh, right. This is one I don't want to recombinate. I forgot this was the T1 Fizz. This one has better suffixes, and I want to craft attack speed to potentially preserve that. So you go back here. And I'm not going to use the good attack speed, because I don't want to spend an Exalt. And now we see. So this is fire damage, cold damage, and lightning damage, but the cold damage is really bad. And then this is good cold, bad fire, and decent suffixes. It's just the best bow skill for spreading corrupting fever. And sadly, I did not keep the modifiers that I wanted. Oh, I found your second problem. All of his setups are terrible defensively. He never builds defenses in any of his builds. And he gets around that by having 500 to 1000 X invested. And so I would assume everything he recommended has been punished incredibly hard by Arch Nemesis. Because Arch Nemesis is amazing at punishing greedy, high damage, low defense builds. Oh, that's still pretty good, Krendor. Sadly, you didn't keep the global defenses. Yeah, I think you go again. Yeah, I like City Square as well. Add a prefix modifier, upgrade, upgrade, reroll, reroll. Want to buy suppression? No? Okay. Remove prefixes, sure. Add a prefix modifier, add a prefix modifier. Add a suffix modifier, upgrade level. T1 avoid, not bad. Try buying in Exalts instead of Chaos. Also, try buying via TFT. Dex and Int is pretty good. +2, yes. I think I just keep that. So remember earlier I had the +3 gems unset, which I've dumped in here somewhere. Yeah, this one that I was like, it's not quite good enough, but it could be. Archnem isn't horrible for Fizz builds at all. I've been playing a Fizz build and it's torn through Archnem. Okay, so the goal here is to get the +3 gems and the attributes and the good attributes all in the same item. Well, we did get the good attributes on the same item. Sadly, we did not get the + gems. I've definitely improved that, though. I do not stream to Twitch as well. I just stream here to YouTube. Reroll suffixes. It's okay. Reroll suffixes. I don't think that's better. Maybe it is. No, T1 life, okay. Upgrade the level of a modifier. You know, it's not great, but I could see an RF build using that. Just looking around for what base I might want to roll next. I will admit sometimes I'm probably going to miss something. It's okay, though. Spine bow. I've had good luck with those so far. The advice I always give if someone says they're going to play a meme build is make sure that you use as many good mechanics in your meme build as you can. Well, that turned out really well. That turned out amazingly. Okay. It's a good base. Wait, does this already have T1 suppress? Yeah, it does. Add a prefix modifier. Add a prefix modifier. No, keep the suffixes. Stop trying to reroll suffixes. Yeah, reroll prefixes. Give me life. No? Okay. Well, still recombination. How good do I deem the enchant? Not that good, but given that everything else about the item is really good, it'll add significant value. On a bad item, wouldn't really value it much, but on an item that good, yeah, pretty good. All right, let's see. Are you going to have a Val Regalia with global defenses? I actually wonder if Val Regalia is the best way to do it. Because there's also armor ES chests. It's probably still better to do a Val Regalia. You probably get enough armor from other things with the 100% global defenses. And, well, at least you kept the global defenses. Wait, did the... Wow. That's kind of impressive how much died on that. Reroll. At this point, I kind of feel like melee not being viable or melee being bad is more of a meme than a reality. Although the Abyssus crowd does their best to perpetuate it. Pro tip, if you're using Aspect of Carnage and Abyssus and you're wondering why your melee build doesn't feel viable, it's because you're doing everything possible to kill your character. Okay, that was a mistake, but whatever. It ended up with tier 1 decks while I was just blindly clicking and not paying any attention to anything I was doing there. Yeah, it's like, why is my melee build dying constantly? I'm only wearing a bunch of items that get me killed. Strength decks. All right, let's go. If you haven't heard of them, consider yourself blessed. I don't know that I improved that. Yes, RF is still amazing. Cold.multi. It's chaos.multi. Come on. Yeah, RF is one of the best builds you can play right now. I don't think that's quite good enough. But I need to go AFK for just a minute. So I'm going to put that up on screen. I hope you've been enjoying the crafting, and I'll be right back. And yes, they did remove the Jeweler's Touch because that was a prophecy. And they removed prophecy in 3.17. But I'm going to go AFK. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Oh, before I go, Emmanuel, I have a Righteous Fire build showcase that does a really good job of showing the end game of what the build can become. And Shack Central has a very good guide for how to league start or play Righteous Fire in a solo self-found environment. I believe it is called Righteous Fire for Everyone by Shack Central. So I would suggest those. Alrighty, I am back. Thoughts on Bane League start compared to Corrupting Fever? I think it depends on what you're planning to play afterwards. I would not advise Bane if your goal is to play a character and just keep min-maxing and investing in it. Corrupting Fever, I don't think that Corrupting Fever is ideal for Uber bosses because where it falls short is its recovery layer. That said, for non-Uber bosses and even feared, I was able to get to a point where I was doing them very smoothly. With basically this setup, basically this level of gear, I was able to do the feared no problem. So if you want something to invest in and play for a really long time, Corrupting Fever. Now, if you want to start an occultist and reroll into a different build later, maybe Bane. With RF, what order do you prioritize? +2 Scepter, +2 Amulet, melding and Aegis first? I don't remember that I actually ever got to the +2 Scepter, and I just used Ashes over a +2 Amulet. I would still probably use Ashes over a +2 Amulet. The +2 Amulet is more damage. Ashes is better quality of life. Let's try to get some suppression here. Ideally, I want to nuke off the cold resistance. So, Kalja, every time I have seen one of his builds, it has been in the context of someone who was deceived about how it performed. So I'm going to very much disagree from what I have seen. Specifically his Forbidden Right build. I don't know how many times now I've had people play it and ask me why they feel like they do no damage. Because the POB is straight up fake DPS.build. Well, Strength Cold Res, that's good. I don't want to reroll suffixes then. Add a prefix, sure. Add a suffix. Come on, level. No? Okay. Add a suffix modifier. Skin of a Lord or Skin of a Loyal, is it good? Both are pretty good. And between them, it depends on what you can get on the sockets and how much it costs. So here's a problem with that specific POB. Number one, you can't have Berserk active while also having Assassin's Mark. That greatly cuts your defensive capabilities. Right off the bat, that's the first problem. Second problem, you can't use Awakened Greater Multiple Projectiles for Forbidden Right on single target. Because you don't gain overlaps, all you do is lower your damage. Which is why it was so incredibly deceptive, because people were spending 20 to 30x to get 20 mil DPS, when it wasn't actually 20 mil, it was 7 mil, because they were killing their own DPS by using GMP when it didn't do anything. Which is incredibly deceptive because most people don't look into the mechanics of a skill they're playing in incredible depth, and I don't blame them for it. See, normally I don't do yes gloves, but these are really good. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, might as well upgrade them now. Could be recombinated. Yeah, Tavani's league starter for whatchamacallit, Helix was very solid. Oh, we've already got suppress on this. No, don't reroll. Add a prefix. Upgrade, yes. Reroll prefixes. Forge sockets, reforge sockets. Cool. Upgrade, sure. Hey! Welcome. You probably could. I don't think it's worth it. I think in this case, instead of fixing it with Eldritch Chaos, it would be better to just recombinate it onto something else that, let's just say, has T1 flat and a hybrid mod that could benefit from the T1 increased. Reroll prefixes. All right, wed, that's pretty good. Remove a modifier, cool. Remove a modifier, good. Add a suffix. Oh, that's looking good. I don't want to add a prefix modifier, and I don't want to reroll. Your friend needs to juice his deliriums more. I'm kind of tired of rolling jewels. I probably should, but I'm tired of it. This is an 86. Cool. I'm not going to add a prefix modifier. All right, I'll fill all slots. No, I'm not going to remove. Damn it, stop trying to act on my prefixes. Act on my suffixes. Yeah, came out okay. Probably not that sellable, though. Chaos.multi, but it's a wand. Remove prefixes. Upgrade, yes. Add a prefix. I want something that goes with chaos.multi, which I'm not hitting at all, by the way. I don't think that sells for anything. I might as well take it, though. All right, we want to upgrade suppression. That did not hit what I wanted. Remove 2, add a suffix, fill empty. This is not looking good for this pair of boots. Yeah, nope, it's dead. Not worth it at tier 4. This, though. We've got mighty good prefixes. No, don't reroll them. Yeah, reroll the suffixes. Those are bad. Tier 1 life. There we go. Add a suffix modifier. It's not great, but it's got 2 good prefixes. Probably not worth anything. see. Reroll, yes. Damage of bow skills is good. Add a prefix. Cold, good. Crit chance is okay. Remove the lowest 2, yes, good. Those were the worst 2 mods. I'll still reroll suffixes because it's crit chance, not crit multi. All right. Take it. Vol it. Fizz is extra fire. I think I improved that. Sure, I'll remove prefixes. Add a prefix. I don't really feel the need to reroll it. Chaos. That's not good. This is garbage. Did it fix it? No. Okay. Bye-bye. Suppress. Low item level can only get T2. But sure, reroll prefixes. Didn't go anywhere. And it's 8-4, so don't need the base. I'm going to go with a hard no on viability then. Or, to be more accurate, it's a very good guide on everything you absolutely shouldn't do with building that character. I would guess that what you should do for How a Flicker... I don't know about Scion versus Raider. I also don't know about CI versus Life-based now. Recombinators leave me with a lot of questions on those things. I do think How a Flicker with the Sentinel boots will be a lot of damage. Your damage chest would be Doriani's, and then you just accept death. Or you use something like a Grasping Mail. And you wear Aegis, and you go CI, I think. And you just don't die because you're Aegis CI with melding. So here's the thing, Chris. It's a very good guide on everything to never do. That's how you use it. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. That is exactly the expected outcome that I would assume. Oh, this came out pretty good. See if we can make it better. I definitely did not improve that item. This item is now far, far worse. There's so many builds that feel bad with Sentinel right now. There are so many builds that feel bad with Sentinel. Even my build, if I don't throttle my own attack rate, I'll just outpace my Sentinel and kill everything. I'm really hoping we see a Sentinel fix, but because the Reddit hasn't stopped crying about how Arch Nemesis has ruined the entire action RPG genre, I'm not that hopeful. That's actually pretty good now. You don't see many crystal belts. Reroll suffixes. Strength, cold res, stun block? Quality, reroll suffixes again. Made it worse. Stop trying to remove prefixes. Upgrade. It's bad. Ooh. I like this already. Upgrade, sure. Remove prefixes, that's fine. You're welcome and have a good night. See, here's the thing. I like playing builds that are essentially you slot everything together and it's super, super complicated. And if you make one mistake, it all just bricks. I still wouldn't attempt anything they do because they just make terrible choices, which don't matter when you just play your mapping footage at 2 times speed. Unfortunately, I do feel like my cast on crit forbidden right build has slowly kind of become that, where when I first played it, it was reasonably approachable. And over time, it's just become more and more and more and more and more expensive. To a point where I wouldn't advise it to most people anymore. Which is unfortunate because it's an awesome build. But if you can get the money together, it's really good. Better builds if you wanted defenses. Anything that Octavian does tends to be really good. Oh, you meant specific things, not just... So, CI Aegis Purity of Elements. With melding. Inquisitor tends to be really good with that. Witch, either Elementalist or Occultist, can also get away with it. And aside of that, you can kind of force it onto shadow builds. Something like a high damage Saboteur could probably force it, but you'd need Mage Blood. I don't know that I'd advise it for anything except for Inquisitor, Elementalist, or Occultist if you don't have a Mage Blood. If you have a Mage Blood, you can kind of force it into anything that can get away with a one-handed weapon. Like, I'm half tempted. Oh yeah, Necromancer as well. I keep forgetting that Necromancer is a thing because I don't really play minions. But yes, Necromancer is another very good choice. Yeah, it's a sort of build that it's really, 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 really good and really fun. But it has gotten expensive. And the crazy thing is, in 3.16, when I tried it, I threw about 7 Exalts in gear together, and it was almost SimWave 30 viable. But then you look at things like Aegis that I paid 20 Chaos for, that's now like 8x. Oh, hey! Welcome, Diggs! I'm just doing a bunch of rod crafting and deleting junk items because some of them are not good. Let's see. This is a good ring base. We've got int strength. I'm going to reroll prefixes. Cold to attack. See, this is all the stuff I want. None of the rolls are good enough. Reroll again. Reroll again. Maybe I shouldn't have rerolled there. It's not looking... you know, the suffixes have upgraded to the point where I could recombinate this. Well, welcome to your first one. Oh, 3.4x. That's not too bad then. It was 8 or 9 last I saw, but then I stopped looking. Ooh, Valregalia. Let's go. Let's get T1 ES and Shaper Base. Probably better to remove and re-add. Remove, add a modifier, reroll, upgrade, didn't upgrade what I wanted, add a prefix. Hybrid, all right, add a prefix, it's not going to be good. I don't think anyone uses this. Well, it's good to know they're coming down then. I've made a whole bunch of ROG stuff because ROG crafting is very fun and it's something that not enough people know about. Add a suffix modifier. All right. Upgrade. All I want is +3. I got +3. Reroll. Add a prefix. Sure, just to fill prefix. Oh. Suddenly I care more about this item. Do I have a good base to recombinate it with? Let's find out. That's not actually that good. I'm not sure why I kept that. Dex int lightning res. That might be a little too good to recombinate. This is a decent option. But I'd ideally like something with life on it if I have it. Oh, +2. I think this is my best bet. The +2 and the +3 ring together. Yeah, I bought my Headhunter for 32, and it's gone up since. There's a price spike the day I bought it. All right, let's see. We're combining +2 socketed gems with +3 socketed gems in T1 life. Those are the mods I want to see. good suffixes are a plus. Kept a bad mod, did not keep the plus gems. Yeah, you win some and you lose some. I'm going to hold on to this because it's still good recombination fodder. Not a good item anymore. Wait, do I want to keep that? Yeah, I wanted to keep that. But that's just how Recombinator crumbles sometimes. I'm going to roll over these because not a lot of 86s. Ooh, that is move speed. Upgrade, do not reroll prefixes. Reroll suffix. Suppression, good. I'm not sure which base I kept, to be honest. I wasn't paying that close attention to it. I don't think I want to... I think I want to keep this. Thank you again, Per. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you soon. I think I just keep this as is. The suppress isn't great, but it's T1 Dex, T1 Lightning Res with T2 move speed. That's a decent thing to recombinate later. I should probably be greedier. I probably shouldn't have kept that. It's okay, though. I have so many more ROG rerolls that it's fine. Max Lightning 85. Let's look around for some already okay bases to make even better. With the price of rerolls, it's probably more economical to roll on less bases than I have been, to be completely honest. Not seeing anything too good so far. Let's see. No, not quite. It's 1 damage mod. You can certainly turn around, but... Strength, cold res, minion gems. Oh, 85. If that was 86, hitting plus 3 minion gems can be pretty easy. All right, 86 evasion-based boots. Add modifiers and reroll. T1 suppress. There we go. Nope. We hit T1 suppress. You could even do something like combine these. This with this. It's got a decent number of overlaps. Wouldn't be ideal, but you could do it. That's not quite spicy enough. Let's see. 84, too low. What I'm looking for is something that stands out to me as already having good mods on it, rather than just being a good base. Because I want to demonstrate what you can do if the item has good mods on it. Since I know I've been demonstrating a lot of, this is a good base. I mean, this is also a good base. It's got T1 attack speed. So, already improved, quality to 20%. Try again, made it worse. Add a suffix modifier, not helping. Upgrade, reforge, take item. Probably just going to use that later with essences. Oh, here we go. Crit multi and dot multi. So 2 potential upgrade paths. Not as much. The main problem I have with using Harvest Reforge more likely for that is there's just so many more profitable uses for it that it feels like kind of a waste of time. So Blade Master crit chance crit multi? Yeah, that seems like it could be worth saying. If you're an SSF, you could probably get away with it. Who said I have streamer RNG? I thought I used it all. Go to mod, add a prefix, quality. I don't really want to remove that. Upgrade a mod, add a suffix mod. Sure, remove all prefixes, reroll. And just take. Because now this has really high overlap with this. My favorite more likely crafts are cluster jewels. Yep. I usually use them on clusters. And it kind of usually feels wasteful for everything else. Oh, am I going to be the one recombinating? I think I'm going to be the one recombinating. So the goal here is to not brick Crendor's item. What we want is we want this mod right here, the 100% increased global defenses, on this base right here. And so, it is the wrong base. And it lost the mod. I'm sorry, Crendor. It did not end well. But now you have 2 crafted mods on it. It's things like the Arakali clusters. Or things like this cluster right here would be a decent candidate for it. To try to raise the tier of that int. I mean, you really want a 4th mod on it. These were just a couple things that I got and I threw a couple of alts or harvests at. But something like this, if you wanted to try to get that to T1 int, Reforge more likely is your best bet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft move speed on this. Because I want to get the move speed from this to this. That makes it way more sellable. This is a really good recombinator base because there's very high overlap. High overlap is always what you want for recombination. All right, it kept the crafted move speed at least. You know, it's not great. It's probably a little better than it was, and it's now on the 86 base. So, not terrible, all things considered. Not good, though. Upgrade, skip, add a suffix, sure, add a prefix, sure. Reroll. Ooh, recoup int strength. That's actually good. Keep. No, stop trying to make me reroll this. I'm just going to take that and smash it into something else later. I forgot to roll war staves. I don't think enough people use them. Maybe. Need fizz mods, though. Spinebow 85. I'm feeling lucky. You know that Google search option, I'm feeling lucky? That's me clicking this Spinebow. I mean, I don't exactly feel disappointed in it. Cold and lightning, and earlier I had a cold and fire. Here. Let's see. Cold, wed, it's dead. Goodbye. So you have problems with mana. That makes me think that you did something wrong and you didn't set up your mana costs correctly. If you have mana problems, you'll have problems with every other aspect of a build. So start by focusing on the mana. That said, I don't know what the cheap variant costs these days. I strongly suspect it costs a lot more than cheap, because I've noticed that prices have been trending up and up and up for that build. So it could also be that with the shift in prices since I played it, you're just going to need to invest more if you want it to feel good. Do you have the boot enchantment? If you're missing the boot enchantment, that would be your problem. Ooh, a fizz-based harbinger bow. No, I don't want to remove the fizz mud. Add a prefix. Add a prefix. All right, reroll these. T2, T2. Yeah. So I don't know how much you've spent so far. No enchantment. All right, that'll help your mana a lot. That's the biggest thing for your mana. In terms of shock and issues there, it could be a matter of total investment and not having quite enough in terms of your flasks, because you can use a reduced shock effect flask that will make shock feel less impactful. You could also use a chance to avoid being stunned flask. To do that, you have to have enough gear that giving up a flask suffix is okay. And that's what I meant by total investment. So I don't know how much money you have at the moment. Consider spending more, and it's really vague, I know, because I don't know what your gear looks like. If you post your build in my Discord, people might be able to help better. Because it could just be a matter of, you know, you need... Well, if you don't have Aegis, you need Aegis. You also might need something like a better roll on your Crown of the Inward Eye. And so it doesn't feel bad to drop a suffix on your flask. Actually, no, not Crown of... What was I thinking? I was thinking gloves. Never mind. I don't know why I was thinking... My point was, you might want to drop a little bit of ES to get a little bit more res or something, so that you can have a suffix on your flask that deals with shock or stun. Just as an example. Wait, never mind. Wait, shock shouldn't be a problem. You should have Tempest Shield on. I'm sorry, take back everything I just said. Why don't you have Tempest Shield on right now? Or when you said shocked, did you mean stunned? Because if you meant stunned, then everything I said about switching things around and going for stun avoid on a flask still applies. But if you meant shocked, you need to have Tempest Shield, and that could explain why other things in the build are feeling bad. Also, I haven't even been paying attention to this craft, but apparently it's good now, so there's that. I feel like after all the Rog crafting, my brain is somewhat fried, so take my advice with a grain of salt, or like a whole salt mine. All right, no, don't remove that. Add a prefix, sure. Quality type, suffix, upgrade level, sure. No, keep. Recoup's good. No, stop trying to get rid of my recoup. Okay, put on Tempest Shield. That will help you a lot. That's why you're having trouble with shock, and that's why you're having trouble overall. Not having Tempest Shield is really, really hurting your recovery. All right, so Jewelry Recombinator. Let's make a sick recoup ring with tier 1 life. Kept the tier 1 life. Kept the recoup. I'm going to call that a win. Hey, Tsuko. You have come in at, unfortunately, a bit of a bad time because I was just about to call it here. I have been crafting with Rog for a while, and my brain is starting to feel fried. So I'm going to do a couple more crafts and then call it good. All right, fire.multi, I don't want to reroll suffixes. Remove a prefix. Add a prefix. Remove bad prefixes. Upgrade the fire dot. Try to get more fire dot stuff. Fire dispels, all right? Fizz damage did not help. Not helpful. Tomahawk, not a sea jack. Sure. These have betrayed me all night. Reroll. Add a prefix. Upgrade. Add a suffix. Chance to avoid. Not bad. You know what? Let's reroll. YOLO. Shouldn't have rerolled. Should have kept the T1 avoid. Don't be as greedy as I am. Oh, can I get T1 suppress here? Well, this is worth it. I like how all you need right now is T1 suppress. So if I upgrade this, it upgrades with stun block. Sure, reroll prefixes. Upgrade, reforge. Keep. That is worth money. Reroll suffixes. We're going suffix fishing. Add a prefix. No, don't remove them. Reroll them. 2 out of 3 is good. I'll just keep them. I can always recombinate onto a good base. How's it going, Vex? I feel like everyone's coming in because I was going to be leaving soon. The timing. Life is pretty good. How have you been doing? Ooh, 86 bow. Have to roll this. Reroll prefixes? Sure. I just made it worse. Reroll suffixes. Don't think I made that worse. Cold damage, lightning damage. Okay. I upgraded the only thing that's completely worthless. Oh, nice. Congratulations. I hope you get it. Remove all suffix modifiers. Sure. Add a suffix. No, don't remove all prefixes. I would really like to interact with prefixes, please, Rod. Or not. I mean, it's also fine if I just don't. All right. Well, never mind on that item. Remove. All right. Add a prefix. T1 fizz. Or T2 fizz, sorry. This is a tough call. Because right now, what I want to do is recombinate on hybrid fizz. Or take these mods and put them on a better base. And adding a prefix modifier 3 times and keeping the best outcome. Normally I'd say yes, but here, no. Remove all suffixes, sure. Do not add a prefix. Do add a suffix. Take item. T2, T2. That's a very sellable base. Can I make another one? No, don't remove. Sure, reroll suffixes. It's pretty good. All right. I'm okay with that. No, it's not fizz. No. That is fizz, but it's not good. Not good enough. You'd need a high tier hybrid to make it worth recombinating around. Let's try for this. Reroll. I got spell damage and ES. All right. Reforge sockets. Add a prefix. I am still playing Corrupting Fever. The problem with there being nothing new is there's really nothing build-wise that's exciting me. And so I haven't played a new build yet. I actually, over the weekend, didn't play that much Path of Exile at all because I was just busy with real life stuff. So that also doesn't help. Oh, I got hybrid. Add a prefix modifier. Reroll suffixes. Yeah, I'm not particularly thrilled with the no changes and no new skills. I really would have liked some new skills. Oh my god. There's enough room for the item now, Rod. Come on, attack speed. Betrayed. Oh, that's a good base. All right, I'm going to do the good base and then probably call it. Especially since I ran out of room in my quad tab. I've made a quad tab of ROG items over the past almost 4 hours. No wonder I'm getting hungry. It's been 4 hours. That's also worth it. All right, I'm going to do 2 of these. Nope, don't reroll suffixes. Upgrade mods. Reforge. Remove a bad mod. Add a good suffix. I added a bad suffix. Never mind. Nope, don't remove. And just take. That is recombinator fodder. Hey! Thank you very much for the $10, Vex. All right, upgrade. Add a prefix. Sure, reroll. It's 86, so it can get T1 minion. Upgrade. Recombinator fodder. All right, now for the thing that I've been wanting to do. Remove bad mods, sure. Add a prefix. That is also bad. Add a suffix. Add a suffix. Upgrade. Okay, I'll take it. Someone will buy that. So that has been 100 ROG rerolls over almost 4 hours. I was not going very quickly because I wanted to stop and take some time and explain why I was doing what I was doing. I hope you found it helpful. If you have and you want to see more, I might make a short summary video and release it over the next couple days. Not 100% sure. I might not do it. The summary video would probably talk about what sort of things I was looking for and what sort of things sold. I guess if you really want to see that, let me know down in the comments of this video. For now, though, I'm going to go have dinner. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll be back soon. Next big video will be a showcase of my Corrupting Fever build, which I'll make after I swap the helmet. Well, Vex, I have a whole second channel called 10 Gaming Thoughts. If you want to see what other games I'm playing, keep an eye on that channel, because in the near future, there's going to be some more videos there with some games that definitely aren't PoE that I'm going to be playing in the next couple weeks. And so for now, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Special thanks to Per for becoming a channel member and Vex for the $10. I hope you've all enjoyed, and have a good night, evening, moment, whatever, really. Have a good time with the rest of whenever it is for you. And thanks